Yes, sir. The NBA All-Star starters are officially announced. We are going to talk about the 10 guys, 5 out east that are starting, and the 5 out west that are starting. We'll talk about the format again because it's technically going to be 15 guys that starts because it's 3 different teams. And obviously each team has to have 5 people. But we'll talk about exactly what that looks like. We'll talk about who got snubbed. We'll talk about who are the shockers that are actually starting at the All-Star game. And we'll talk about all of our first-time NBA All-Star starters. It's always special when you get it for the first time. And we'll talk about what this may mean for these guys moving forward. Also, LeBron James is not starting for the first time in 21 years. We obviously got to talk about that because that is a big hit to the NBA's legacy, or it has been a legacy so far. So we'll talk about what that means for this year, if that changes anything. Also, there are some injuries right now that we have to talk about. Jimmy Buttler has suffered a severe leg injury. We will talk about what this means for him, the Warriors, and the NBA moving forward. Also, J-Dub for the Oklahoma City Thunder is out indefinitely. We got to talk about what this means as well. And, you know, it's karma. It's, you know, you get something good and then you get something bad and then you get something good again. So we lose a couple people to injury, but there's a video of Jason Tatum working out. We might be getting another NBA superstar coming back soon.
In the mid-range too, by the way, Ron. In the mid-range too. Like he wasn't at the long ball line. He was in the mid-range and in the mid-post.
That's what I like to see, Chill. I love to see that. So we'll talk about what this may mean for Jason Tatum. And last but not least, we'll talk about last night's games. And we still got top 5 comments of the week. We weren't able to get to them yesterday, but there's no better time than today. Let's get into it, fellas. The NBA All-Star starters. I'm going to go ahead and throw these on the screen, and we'll get into it. These are our starters in the Eastern Conference. We got Giannis Antetokounmpo, and you guys can see if you're watching. You can see the stats below these guys' names, which is a large part of what got him into the game. But you see Giannis Antetokounmpo. We got Jalen Brunson. We got Jaylen Brown. We got Cade Cunningham. And we got first-time NBA All-Star Tyrese, or second-time NBA All-Star Tyrese Maxey. But he is a first-time starter.
I was actually, I'm pleased with this. I don't have an issue with it. I was surprised that Donovan Mitchell wasn't starting in the All-Star game, but I'm comfortable with what's going on. I think all 5 of those guys are deserving of being starters. Jalen Brunson is, on the second best team. He's a fan favorite. 2 years ago, I think I had this conversation with you guys that New York screwed it up. Damian Lillard ended up starting in the All-Star game because Jalen Brunson missed out on like 50,000 votes. And I'm thinking to myself, New York, you guys are the ones who screwed this up because he definitely should have been starting in the game. Giannis, I'm not surprised about Giannis starting in the game. I'm also not surprised about what Cade is doing. So I think that all of these guys are definitely deserving of being starters in this game. No doubt about that.
Thoughts on the East, y'all? You guys good with these starters?
Yeah, looks good to me. I'm not mad at it.
It doesn't really matter. They're going to be international teams anyway. You're saying,
yeah,
it's kind of just.
It's like, aside from the starting part, it's just like the top 5 guys that got the most love, essentially.
All they're doing is they're just going to flop. They're just going to flip Giannis and Steph, and the West starters are going to be the international stars, and then all of these guys, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Cade, Maxey, and Steph is going to be the American stars. That's what it's going to be.
Yes.
But, yeah, it's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
What it showed to me was that they need to abolish conferences because the West is way better than the East.
It's just the word starters, I think, is what it is, Ron, that you're using. That I'm not gonna say there's like a confusion because we all know what the how the lineups will go, but I think it's just more like to change the wording, like, oh, these are the 5 most voted on guys in the East, because
that's like essentially what it is.
Yeah, to Mars's point, what I'm saying, it's not going to be those teams, but as far as that goes, the 5 most voted on guys in the East, I think this is pretty much what we all expected. I think.
So what happens when we move to, because this is definitely a coastal thing. This is definitely a territorial thing. Because Mars, I can appreciate your logic of it just wanting to be about basketball. Whoever the best basketball players are wherever the best basketball players are. It shouldn't be split, whether it's East or West. It's just the best basketball players. But this is a territorial thing. So Eastern Conference people from the East care about players from the East. People from the West care about players from the West. People from the South care about players that are in the South, even though they're in the Eastern Conference. People care about that sort of stuff. And I think it's good for banter, number one. And I also think it's great for the NBA because it deals with not just expansion, but it also gives these people where they are, a sense of, having something. We got Paolo Banchero in Orlando in the East. We got Victor Wembanyama in San Antonio in the West. I mean, that kind of stuff matters. I can appreciate your logic, Mars, that you just wanted to just be basketball. Let's get rid of conferences. Let's get rid of all of that sort of stuff. But there's a sense of pride in location.
I think that's changing. I think that's changing a little bit here. I think I understand that from like back in the day a little more. But I do think that's changing. On top of that, I think Paolo Banchero is a perfect example. Like, he's a West Coast dude. He's from Seattle. His loyalty is to Seattle. You know what I mean? I think it's cool that he plays in Orlando, but that's just where his job is. You know what I mean? So I think, and on top of that, too, if you really look at it like that, just like Mars said a second ago, like, the West knocking these heads in for years. It's kind of like, all the talent's over here anyway.
Actually, all the talent is over there, but all the NBA champs aren't over there neither, though. So, I mean, that's the sense of pride that comes in with
chill.
Being the Eastern Conference team.
I mean, chill. But the day that I thought that I would see Tyrese Maxey being the all-star starter and not Kevin Durant, LeBron James, I'm telling you, by 2028, I'm going to be removed from the damn game. I'm just saying, because Tyrese Maxey, a great player. Never knew he would be an all-star starter.
Wow. You think Tyrese Maxey
could be that good? I mean,
he playing good enough, though.
So,
yeah, he is. But I'm just saying, it's just those type of players. Like, Tyrese Maxey is a great player. I still don't view him as a superstar. I still don't view him as a number one guy that can get you that can at least, they ain't even got to win, but that can at least be a threat. I still view him as like just a scorer. Like, I don't view him as a James Harden. I don't view him as a Giannis. Like, I wouldn't even think about putting him in that conversation. Like,
25 years old, Drench, and they building it around him. Like, he's the future of what they're doing. Like,
I mean, maybe that could be it too, but still, I wouldn't even put him in Jaylen Brown conversation. Like, I don't even think he's good as Jaylen Brown, but
he's not.
I guess we live to the day.
Well, not today. Is he today? Jaylen Brown, 25 years old. Tyrese Maxey, 25 years old. Are they comparable? That was just 4 years ago, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jaylen Brown is just so much better than him. Like,
well, he's so much better than him today. I'm talking about Jaylen Brown at 25 years old. Jaylen Brown at 25 years old. Was he as good as Tyrese Maxey is today?
No, I don't think so.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, Drench.
I mean, but it's also, how old is Jaylen Brown? Almost 30 now?
29 years old. Yeah, 29 years old.
It's a different league, though. Like, I think the league changes a little bit to where scoring yes, Tyrese Maxey is averaging 30 or close to 30?
30 and I think 30 and 6, something like that.
Norman Powell is averaging 24. So it's like it's a different league. Like that wouldn't have happened 5-6 years ago. Norman Powell wouldn't be averaging 24.
I mean, he was averaging 18 a game in Toronto. So it wasn't like he was averaging 12 or something like that. So,
18 and 24 is a big deal, though.
I mean, it's 2 buckets. That's all it really is, if we're being honest. It's just 2 buckets. Yes, 6 points.
2 3. Yeah,
yes, it's 2 buckets.
2 threes, but I'm just saying. But
I can appreciate
how
you
don't
feel.
View Tyrese Maxey as that type of guy. Like, I could be biased because maybe it's his frame. I genuinely just don't like those type of smaller guys
what
that
is
like
6'2", 6'3", something like that.
He like 6'3". He like 6'3", 6'2", but he's kind of slender. I genuinely just don't think, AI was an anomaly. You know what I mean? But I just genuinely don't think those guys like can be the ones that.
But Drench, his game is his style of play is conducive to what's going on today. Super athletic, super fast, gets downhill with the best of them, plays DHO, not the best one-on-one player, but can
that's
get
gonna be his downfall, though.
Not the best.
Is gonna be his downfall. No, he play too fast.
Okay, and I think that
in an all-star game it wouldn't be.
It would
not definitely not an all-star game. I'm just saying in general, like as far as like winning championships and playoff series and stuff like that. He just plays too fast.
I just feel like in a market like Philadelphia, which is a big media market in terms of people being interested in basketball in Philadelphia, just in the Northeast, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, even that Philadelphia area, a guy like Tyrese Maxey that's doing what he's doing, his game just attracts so many eyes. I'm not surprised that he's starting in the All-Star game at all. No, I'm not surprised at that, especially from what I had seen.
Without KD, I know they in the West, but
KD was never really a East Coast guy. He's always been a West Coast guy. He was in Brooklyn for 5 minutes, but he's always been an East Coast guy. I mean, I'm sorry, a West Coast guy. Always been that. But I mean, I'm not surprised that Tyrese Maxey is doing what he's doing in terms of starting an All-Star game. Now, as far as him averaging 30 a game, I ain't gonna go that far. I don't think that he was 30 a game. I'm surprised at that, but I'm not surprised that he's getting busy like he's getting busy though.
Yeah. And real quick, before we keep going, let me pull up the West real quick, just so that we can get a look at this, and then we can continue talking about the West as well as the East. Let me see. Okay. So as you see here, hold on.
Now there's some people, there's some people, Ox, that as much as they look at Steph Curry, they're like, yo, Anthony Edwards should have been starting in the All-Star game. I don't think that, one, people understand exactly how the All-Star game format works. Number two, I don't think that you guys understand how much fans and the media love Steph Curry. They don't like Steph Curry. They love Steph Curry.
Well, Bron's not up here.
No, and I don't think you understand how much people hate James and the media hates James.
Come on, Ron. The media hates James. Chill.
Yes.
Please stop it.
How many years did he lead the NBA All-Star
don't
voting?
do this.
19 straight years.
19 straight.
So they hate him. Okay, gotcha.
No, the media absolutely does not hate LeBron James.
The media just got involved in voting for the starters. They haven't been doing that for how long have they been doing that?
Okay, chill. Can we be for real?
Yes.
It's supposed to be the 10 best players. I know it doesn't usually work out like that.
Yep.
Because sometimes Yao Ming gets in over Shaq, but like it's supposed to be the 10 best players. Has LeBron been a top 20 player this year?
Yes.
Real quick.
He's gonna make the All-Star team.
Just for the audio listeners, real quick. Let me make sure we speak on this. We got in the Western Conference, we got Steph Curry, SGA, Luka Doncic, Victor Wembanyama, and Nikola Jokic. Those are our Western Conference starters. All right, y'all, go ahead.
The media didn't have Steph starting, so for all the love they apparently have for him, they didn't vote for him. It was
the fans did vote for him.
It was the players and the fans who had Steph. The players had him second, so
that's not surprising.
If anything, the players respect him.
Yeah.
You think Nike got Steph up to that All-Star starter? It's conspiracy.
Is he signed with them? I don't
know, but I know they want him.
Yeah. I
think
his career over with, man. It don't matter what fucking shoot he
Steph wasn't the closest to missing out. It was Wemby. It was between Wemby and Ant, and Wemby had more fan votes, so that's why Wemby made it. Steph was safe. Yeah, Steph was solidified. It wasn't like so people can complain about it. I think the All-Star voting should just be based on the fans entirely. So event for the fans. I don't know why.
It was. It was. And then, guys like Penny Hardaway was starting after only playing 18 games, and Grant Hill was starting. And I said the same thing, Mars. I didn't have a problem with it because that's what the All-Star game has always been about.
Tracy McGrady was doing that too, Chill.
It's always supposed to have been about the fans. I mean, Grant Hill was starting and he only played 3 games. Right?
Yeah, I remember that. I definitely remember that.
I always felt like that. This is the All-Star game is about the fans. The All-Star weekend, which started in 1984, is about the fans. That's what it should be about. It's not about the fans and then, you guys got it wrong. So, is it about the fans or is it not about the fans? Which one is it?
Right. This was actually a big. We were going back and forth about this last All-Star game.
Yeah.
About this, because it should be all about the fans, and I respect that. But I do got another question: Is Anthony Edwards the only issue in the Western Conference for y'all?
Are you fishing for a Kawhi?
Yes, I am. Absolutely.
That's what it sounds like.
Got you.
When has Kawhi Leonard ever started in the All-Star? When was the last time Kawhi Leonard started?
I think he did one time. I think he did once.
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. I don't remember.
I think he started in the All-Star game in 20. I want to say he started in the All-Star game in 20.
I think when he first got to maybe when he first got to the Clippers, maybe his second year with the Clippers.
I do have one major issue.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Eastern Conference. I'm seeing Brandon Ingram ranked 8th for players, 10th for fans, 13th for media, and I'm not seeing Scotty Barnes anywhere. That is a problem. Because any person with half a brain cell would know Scotty's been the best player in Toronto. That's crazy to me.
I guess a lot of people wouldn't not have a brain cell.
Maybe Glorilla been campaigning for Brandon Ingram or something.
That definitely helps, though. That definitely helps. You get you one of them girlfriends like that.
Yeah, and all,
When
all
does it
her
help
fans,
you?
all her
Square
fans are
Barnes
gonna
was
vote
ahead of
for
him
her.
in the media. Square Barnes was ahead of Brandon Ingram in media. The fans and players obviously prefer Brandon Ingram. But
Chill,
he's
you
ahead
don't
of him
think
in the
that
media.
helped?
No, it definitely
No, I
does.
don't.
Yeah.
All her fans vote
So
for him.
who-
Shit,
so who-
all
so who-
the young girls and stuff that don't watch basketball but they know Brandon Ingram because of Glorilla, they're definitely gonna get in there for Glow.
So how do they determine the rest of the players? Is it all media?
I don't know.
It's
What, the
it's three
bench?
differences. It's the
Yeah.
fans, it's the media, and it's the players.
Yeah, but who
That-
determines the bench?
I thought coaches had an input on. The
Oh,
bench.
well, if
I
it's
might,
coaches,
I might be
then-
wrong. I don't know.
The coaches do
Once
have
again,
half
this
a
is
brain
a-
cell.
It's 20.
so-
I think it's broken up evenly. It's 25% fans, 25% media, 25% the players, 25% coaches. I think it's
I
something
don't
to
think
that
the
effect.
fans have anything to do with the
Reserves. I don't think the reserve. I don't think the fans. had
Oh,
nothing
you
to
talking
do
about the
with it.
reserves?
yeah.
I thought you meant the starters. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, the reserves. I believe the
So
reserves
the
are the coaches. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
the
The selection
starters,
we
the
made by
starters are
coaches, that's what it says,
50%.
just
Okay,
coaches.
perfect. Thank God. The starters are determined 50% fan vote, 25%
Okay.
media, and 25% players.
So if the
Interesting.
coaches get
No
to do the
coaches.
bench, I don't know why the starters can't just be entirely the fans. I don't get it.
Right.
Because if this, okay, Mars, you wanted all the fans. Here are
gonna
the
give
all
me- you're
stars
gonna give me
according
an
to the
example, and I'm
fans.
go-
Hold
and
up,
I'm gonna say that's
Luka,
fine, but go ahead.
Luka, Jokic, Steph, Shea, and Denny Avdia. You're okay with those?
I
You're
have no
okay
problem
with
with it.
Wemby getting
Who?
snubbed?
Uh,
Denny
I
Avdia.
don't care. I don't care.
Luka,
If the fans
you said
pick-
Luka, Jokic,
if the
who?
fans choose who they want to
Luka,
choose,
Jokic,
they choose. I don't
Jokic,
care.
Shea,
And Denny Avdia.
Steph, and Denny Avdia.
I'm
Yeah,
not mad at. I
whatever.
like that team.
I don't care. Like whoever the fans pick, it's an event for the fans. If the fans vote and their starting five is Bronny James, Cody Williams, Brandon Pojemski, Jonathan Kuminga, and me, cool. Like I don't care.
Hell
Like,
no, that
if
ain't
it-
cool.
No, it's
If the
not
event
cool.
is for the fans, I don't care. Whoever they vote for, I think should be the ones who make it. Like
I'm starting
That's
to
fine.
come around to
can
that.
the
I'm
fans
starting to come
like
around
have
to
an
that. Marsh.
input on how they think the game should go though? Like if they're gonna value the fans as far as picking the lineups, wouldn't it make sense for the fans to like have an input on what the game should look like? I feel like a lot of fans have these ideas on what they want to see as far as like the All-Star game, rather than somebody just coming up with some bozo ass dumb shit to play in the All-Star game. Like if you value the fan starters that much, can the fans have an input? If they want to see a one-on-one contest, why don't we put a one-on-one contest?
You know what?
If the fans want
I
to
don't hate
see
that.
whatever, like let the fans see it if you're gonna let them pick the starters.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the fans are dumb. You ever think of that? Like maybe the fans are dumb, and there
Yes,
needs to be some
yes.
checks and balances in place to prevent these people
Sure.
from having Norman Powell being a starter or something
agree.
like that. Like what are y'all gonna do? What are y'all gonna do if Precious
Last
Achiuwa
year,
starts
Norman had
the-
started
No.
action.
What are y'all
if
gonna
Precious
do
Achiuwa starts the All-Star game, then
Precious
shout out to Precious Achiuwa.
If Precious Achiuwa starts dating Taylor Swift, I tell you right now, Precious Achiuwa gonna lead the league in fan voting.
Easy call.
Ooh. Then he'll be an All-Star starter.
He did,
Cool.
hey, that's his politic. He did what he had to do to form that alliance.
Yeah.
Form that alliance. My God.
I mean that's cool though. I'm not mad about the starters. I mean, it's what it is because
It's just a little bit of fun.
fans gonna pick the best players too. Like fans not gonna just we're not gonna have a lineup of Norman Powell, Precious Achiuwa, Diddy
He just said
Avdia.
what the
Like, we're not
line.
gonna
He
have
just
that,
said
or
what the
Bronny.
lineup would be. I mean, Jokic, Luka, Shea,
Yeah, it would pretty much be the
Steph,
same
and then
team.
obviously Denny is like the.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mars. I have issues
Oh,
with
wow.
Victor Wembanyama and Anthony Edwards getting snubbed for Denny Avdia. Respect to
They're
Denny
they're
Avdia.
both gonna make the All-Star game. They're both gonna be on the bench.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
it's just one start, one
No,
doesn't.
they're not getting snubbed. They're still gonna make the All-Star game.
It's a difference between
Okay.
starting and making the All-Star team.
Not to mention international
may-
teams. Yeah, Wemby
This-
gonna be there.
you know what this is?
Guaranteed.
It's probably a generational thing.
It is. I
This-
mean, it's something that we used to. That's why, Penn. Like, that's why that's why I was talking about Tyrese Maxey. Like, it's something like we're not used to seeing guys like Tyrese Maxey play, but LeBron and KD and all of
Tyrese
them.
been a top
out.
10 player this year.
Yeah,
As
but
of
The
I'm
now.
Eastern Conference starters were the exact 5 that the fans voted. So, by
That's
my
great.
idea, the only difference would be Wemby and Denny, if it was entirely up to fans. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, that's
I
not
don't
that
care.
big
Yeah, I
a
would.
deal.
I don't
Just-
care that much
I
either.
don't care. Yeah, I
Hey,
don't care.
chill. What do you
Yes,
think
sir.
about an All-Star game being after the season?
No. Mm-mm.
Everybody keeps saying no, but I'm like, why not just do it
Like a summer thing.
like a summer
Like-
event? like a summer jam type joint.
I don't think we
Because
gonna.
the players
you know, getting me from my vacation.
Yeah, so I'm saying the
play an
players are
All-Star game.
the
You
players
lost
are
your
healing up. The players are beat up. I mean, they've gone through a long
Shit, it's the same
season.
shit in the All-Star game, though.
Yeah, but I think it's a little bit different in February than it would be in July, as opposed to the whole season going on, and guys are trying to heal their bodies and get prepared for the next season.
Or do it closer to the start of the next NBA season.
No, well,
I'm not gonna be tapped in for that. Like if it's in the summertime, the season's over. You know,
you
what I mean?
missing hoops? Hold on.
Well, first of all, Drench, I'm gonna tell you why. Because the summertime belongs to Asia.
Okay,
the summertime belongs to Asia. I don't got no time for the NBA.
Yeah, but my thing is this though. The All-Star game clearly has been sucking the last probably 7 years. It's been terrible.
When was the last good All-Star game?
Yeah, when they first started that the Elam ending, that was
2020.
Yeah, that was
when Kawhi won MVP.
I enjoyed the 22 All-Star game. That's when Braun hit the game winner. I think
that was when they were playing like first team to 130.
I enjoyed that one. Steph made like 17 threes. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, but my thing is like it sucks now. Like I would like when we miss hoops. Like we don't have USA basketball this summer. Like we miss hoops. Let's put it in a time where, like, just get together with the players. Say, hey, I know y'all going on vacation. I'm cool with them putting it right before the season start. Like now, we even got more motivation. Like
All-Star game,
like right before the season start. Like let's get a little All-Star game. Let's do it like kind of like a summer jam. It could be a huge event too. Like it can be a lot going on. You know what I mean? So like, I think that would do better. To be real.
Well, since you're on the subject of the fans, Mars, the fans don't really love Anthony Edwards. Like you talked about, the media doesn't love Curry. The fans do not love Anthony Edwards. I mean, of the starters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he was 7th amongst the fans. Yeah, 7th amongst the fans. Now, would that be?
Somebody got that echo.
I don't think that's me.
It's Jordan. We muted him. He doesn't need to talk ever again.
Anyway, now would that be because he plays in Minnesota? Would that be different if he was in Miami? Would that be different if he was in New York?
Yeah, he'd be in the East.
Okay, well let's put him in the West. Would that be would it be different if he was in Phoenix? Would it be different if he was in Sacramento?
I mean, I doubt it. But I think there's probably more popular players than him. I don't think that's a problem. I mean, so you got Jokic is by most accounts the best player in the world.
Sure.
It would make sense. Shea, by the other accounts that aren't the Jokic accounts, is the best player in the world. Would make sense. And even Shea was third. Well, no, Shea was 4th in the fan voting. And for most people, he's probably the MVP this year. And he's 4th.
And now, would that be? Now, stay right there, Mars. With Shea, what Shea's doing, 4th in fan votings. Would that be different if he was playing for the Lakers? Doing what he's doing right now, if he was playing for the Lakers,
yeah,
I think it would be.
The Lakers gonna give you a boost for sure.
And
but Luka's been like number 1 in guard fan voting for like he was ahead of Steph, and he was in Dallas. Like Dallas isn't a small market. I'm not saying it is,
right?
But he was out voting Steph. Part of that is, I think, his nation vote for him.
I was about to ask international.
It's not a very big nation.
Yeah, but I also think just Europe in general is probably voting for guys like Jokic and Luka, etc.
He also played in Spain.
He did, and Real Madrid fans definitely love him. So it's like when you have continents behind you,
that huge following
helps.
Here in America too. Huge.
Spoiler alert: I think we can understand why Denny Avdia was 5th in fan voting. I don't think he's a genius. Like we can figure these things out. When you're an international player, you're gonna have nations behind you. So I think that helps. I think, and probably in a smaller market, and also probably just isn't as popular as maybe you guys think.
I think that's what it is.
But still really popular. Like, I mean, he's 7th. Like,
I think that's what it is. Maybe he's not as popular as I think he is. Like all around the world. I don't just mean here in America, because I think he's pretty popular in America, even though he plays in Minnesota. I think that worldwide, people. I don't think he's as revered as, guys like, to your point, guys like SGA, guys like Luka. I don't think he's revered like those guys. And maybe it has something to do with him playing in Minnesota. It might, if he played somewhere else where there's more tradition there, he probably could be more popular than what he already is.
I mean, chill. San Antonio got a lot of people. Okay, a lot of people. Most Texas cities do. Jordan can attest to that. France has so many multiples the population of Israel. Why is Wemby 7th or 6th in fan voting? Why was Wemby not like number 1 or number 2? I mean, he's obviously got a lot of national fans. He's got a lot of international fans. He's front and center for the entire NBA. Everybody, talks about him. He leads a lot of reels in terms of viral votes. Everything he does becomes viral. Why is he 6th or 7th?
Maybe everybody in France just ain't as bought into the All-Star game as some other countries. Maybe
so I think
maybe they're focused on basketball in France. They do play ball in France. Maybe they're like, oh, shout out Wemby, but
Olympics
we don't care. We don't care about the NBA All-Star.
He's a national treasure.
Yeah, but maybe to y'all, but maybe some people in France are like, okay, cool, we love Wemby, but we don't care that much about the NBA All-Star game. That's always a possibility.
I think
Danny got a whole religion on his side, man. I don't know.
It's not a very big religion, Mars.
No, you need 2 million votes.
It's not.
No, you need 2 million votes to get into the top.
There aren't a lot of Jewish people in the world. I don't know who needs to know that, but
let's Google.
Well, really quick, I think the Jewish population in Brooklyn alone, I think it's gone up. I think it's
16 million is what it says.
I think it's like 20%.
Danny has 3 million.
Yeah, I think it's like 20%.
So, I mean, you're including children and 90-year-olds in that population. Okay, like let's just be real. Those 90-year-old people in France.
It's very much
everybody just doesn't care about basketball.
I think it comes down to motivation, right? I think it comes down to strength of campaign and motivation, right? Like if Glorilla wants to get like everybody to vote for Brandon Ingram and she starts shouting it out every single day, it's going to be a lot stronger than, I don't know, if Brandon Ingram's home state of North Carolina just decides to passively vote for a hometown legend. You know what I mean? Like there needs to be some sort of emphasis put on it.
Danny's also having a really good season as well.
By the way,
that does help as well.
They're not a good team.
Yeah.
Well, the whole Pacific Northwest is behind Denny. Like all of Oregon,
you would have voted for him.
I could speak. I don't vote for the All-Star game. I never have. I never will. I just don't.
Any specific reason?
It's not.
It's just not something that you're interested in.
It's just not a big deal to me. I'm not really tripping. Like whoever's gonna be there is gonna be there. It's not a big deal to me. I'm not. I'm just. It's nothing personal.
He the reason Kawhi was 13th in fan voting.
It's nothing personal. A lot of times I just it's just one of those things I just don't really think about. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I have a vendetta against it or I'm like anti. All-Star game voting. I just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Right. But a lot of people that I'm around do. You know what I'm saying? So our program, our youth program is really big. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got so many teams and they're all talking. They're all all day I'm hearing about the Blazers. The parents, they love the Blazers. Go to the games. Denny Avia. When I go out to like watch a game, go to the bar, or when I go to a Trailblazers game, it's Denny Avia. How good Denny is. They love Denny out here. You know what I'm saying? They love Denny here.
Hey, Ox, I just want to let you know I saw your picture of you with your ring. Hey, brother, good work, brother. I appreciate the guys like us who put the time in with the youth and try to teach them how to build, how to win. That's the main thing. Sometimes you got to suffer for you win too. I was gonna tell you that too. I forgot to message you that. I don't know what y'all weekend look like, but I seen you got that dub, so I'm proud of you on that.
Absolutely, that's big time. Hell yeah, Ox. That's dope. I wanted to tell you too, Penn. It's very much like politicians when it comes to like Jewish people. So, for example, with Denny Avia, to find out that he's Jewish, like people don't even know like how good he is as a basketball player. Very much like a politician. He's on the ballot, so we just gonna vote for him because he's Jewish. We don't even know what he stands for. We don't know what he does, and he's Jewish. Yep, we're voting for him. So it could very well be the same logic with Denny. Denny Avia. We don't really know who he is.
Danny Wolf. All-Star buzz next year.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Cool. Yeah, let's see where Danny Wolf was this year.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not that hard. What I'll say is this is my open.
Danny Wolf is Jewish.
This is my open. Yes, he is. And Ben Seraph is also Jewish. You gonna get some hate mail.
Yeah, there's been jokes about the Nets like drafting like every Jewish.
Oh, because the owner. Ben
Oh, he's
Seraph
he's not
too?
Jewish.
Hey,
Yeah,
Danny Wolf was 36 in fan votes.
Hey, Mars.
I guess who was 37th? Ben Seraph. Like, I'm not saying I'm not saying it, but I'm saying it, and I'm like, come on, man. Like,
hey, Mars, I just made a video about Danny Wolf. You know what's so crazy is Danny Wolf, bro. The views is crazy about Danny Wolf.
Come on, man. You telling me Danny Wolf got 106,000 All-Star votes?
Yo,
like,
you know who should be ashamed? You know who should be ashamed? You know who should be ashamed of themselves? The entire country of Canada should be ashamed of themselves. Y'all got 40 million people, and you couldn't get either Scotty or BI voted. Are you kidding me right now?
That is kind of crazy. I think Israel only got like 10 million people.
You got. If we had one day that this country just voted one time, click one link, y'all could have gotten Scotty and BI to lead the league in All-Star voting. But ain't no one going to do anything like that.
It does matter.
I will say this. This is my open suggestion to the NBA, Cho.
Without BI.
You should have an anti-vote day, a day where your vote cancels out a vote.
Why would we do that?
It will be the hater parade, yo. So if you really hate Kawhi Leonard and you don't want to see him, you hate LeBron, you get to vote that day.
That's kind of nuts.
Vote cancels out the vote. That day, I promise you, everybody gonna log in for an NBA ID because yo, I'm telling you, man, we live in the hater generation. We live in this hater ass generation where people want to dislike people. We have so many haters that YouTube has banned dislikes from being shown. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. People will get out to not vote.
Yeah, it's people in the chat
who
hate
Scotty
like stuff just cause. Like
no, not Scotty, but like LeBron, KD, Steph. There's some Steph truther out there who's like, oh, he's a reputation shooter. I don't want to vote for him.
Oh, that's crazy.
So they will anti-vote Steph all day that day. And yo, once you get them in the system, which is to say, once they sign up for a voter ID, now they'll be much more likely to actually vote for who they want to vote. That's what I'm saying. If you want to get voting and engagement up, you need to give people a chance and a reason to get out there and vote.
Hey, don't you think it's weird to hate Kawhi? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I do. Of course I do.
What did Kawhi do to anybody?
Yo, Kawhi's such a good dude. Yeah. Yo, let me tell you something.
He got hurt a few times. Y'all mad at he didn't plant some trees?
Yo, Kawhi is such a good dude. He came to Canada. I know how much Kawhi hates the cold, yo. He hates the cold so much. He came to Canada for the game. He wasn't even playing in the LA Clippers game. And because his son was born here, he wanted to show his son where he was born. So he wanted to give him like a little bit of a connection. It's cool. Then he ended up going to Scarborough and doing a youth clinic and like a whole thing for the kids here. And he was just like, yo, Canada will always have a special place in my heart. He didn't have to do any of that. There was no money, no profit, nothing.
Shout out Kawhi. Shout out to the fun guy.
So Kawhi Leonard, if I'm not mistaken, he had a son that was born in Canada. So he's got dual citizenship. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So
don't that make you decide after
Claw Leonard lining up for his son Claw Leonard. I'm hoping his son's name's Claw Leonard is going to be starting for the Canadian national team in 15 years. You watch.
But Penn, I don't you gotta. I don't know. I could be wrong. Somebody can tell me. Don't you have to like pick one after a couple of years?
No, you could have dual citizenship between U.S. and Canada.
Maybe in certain countries, but I think certain countries make you like kind of choose. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know Canada and U.S. don't make you choose. You could have dual citizenship between these two places.
I asked the question because the All-Star game again is about the fans. That's what it was in 1984 when they started All-Star Weekend. It was about the fans, and it continuously should be about the fans. And who do the fans want to see? Right? I understand that the reserves, the coaches get to vote the reserves. Why shouldn't the fans get to vote the reserves? Because this is who you guys want to see. Who is it that you who is it that
I said last year?
Who is it that you guys want to see? Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think that we have an issue with popularity and we have an issue with players. Okay, those two things aren't the same. And yes, I might have a bit of an issue with Denny Advia making an All-Star team over Victor Wembanyama. I might have a little bit of an issue with that, off the strength that Wembanyama is a better player, and that's who I do want to see in the All-Star game. However, if the majority of the fans want to see Denny Avdia more than me and other Wemby people, so be it. because I think that's what All-Star Weekend has been about. That's what the All-Star Game has been about. The problem is that the All-Star Game has become, and maybe this might help, the All-Star Game has become the worst pickup game in the world. So maybe if we had it for the fans and they voted who they thought would actually play in it and play better, maybe the All-Star Game would be better.
If you knew your vote was contingent on the fans picking you, if you know your vote was contingent on the fans picking you, when you do get picked that one year and you just out there trolling, you know you're running the risk of not getting picked the next year. And if you care about that, maybe you won't troll. And if you don't care, cool, because I don't know. I wonder how many NBA players actually care about being named an All-Star. But for reference, the 12, so if it was entirely done by fan voting, the 12 Western Conference All-Stars would have been Luka, Jokic, Steph, Shea, Denny, Wemby, Ant, Bron, KD, Şengün, Austin Reeves, and James Harden. That would have been the 12 in the West, which I don't think is crazy. And then in the East, it would have been Giannis, Maxey, Brunson, Cade, Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Johnson, MPJ, Brandon Ingram, Pascal Siakam, and Scottie Barnes.
No Danny Wolf and Ben
Simmons made it?
No. Yeah, both of them made it. They were top 12 in fan votes. So if it was entirely done by fans, Toronto would have 2 All-Stars. And if you want to still claim Pascal, 3. If you want to still claim Pascal. But, like, I don't... If that's the All-Stars, that's the All-Stars. Like, I'm indifferent to that being the All-Star team. Like, I don't care. Yeah, no Devin Booker, no Kawhi Leonard.
You're missing one very
Murray,
critical.
Like,
you're missing one very critical factor here. Mars is that's
fans
not how the voting works. No. You're
it was entirely up to them. I'm aware.
Absolutely. So
yeah, if you change,
I still don't care.
Danny Wolf is 100%. I'll tell you right now. When you
congratulations for Danny Wolf being an All-Star.
You know how many All-Star votes. You know how many All-Star votes Shane Battier got when he played with Yao Ming? Do you remember that shit? Because I do.
I remember when Zaza Pachulia was like top 5 in fan votes. I don't care.
Okay, well,
let them be an All-Star.
Problem. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I think you'll have to respect the fact that some of us
don't you value democracy?
If the fans decide they want to see Shaedon Sharpe in an All-Star game, they want to see him dunk.
Democracy is one vote. If every fan got one vote, it's cool.
Don't you?
Yeah, sure.
This is not one vote. It's 45 votes on the same player over and over.
So,
make it so that each person can vote once.
Every fan has the same ability to vote the same amount of times, though.
You get one vote. You don't get to come back.
Well, you get like daily votes.
If you only had one vote, I would agree.
You only get one vote.
Only had one vote. But there is probably a very, very motivated fan base out there that is voting every single day. And then for everybody else to keep up with that crazy ass fan base, y'all got to vote every single day.
How long does it take to vote? You could just do it on your phone in like 20 seconds, right?
I could do it right now.
Yeah, I don't
think
I think it's too late now.
Nah, they make you verify you're not a robot. They make you log in every single time. Sometimes it don't work.
Gotta be hard for the robots.
Penn definitely votes. Yeah, Penn definitely votes.
I definitely did vote. Every time there was a three times day, I voted for Con Knipple, Scotty Barnes, all those Con.
Yeah, let's see where Con Knipple was in.
So Penn, you did your job.
And Con Knipple, I'm pretty sure was high considering what he was doing as a long ball shooter. Not the
LaMelo was 13th in fan votes, so shout out to LaMelo, still getting his votes in.
Last year he was number 1.
Con Knipple was 27th, 211,000, and we know 200,000 was Penn. So
there we go.
Good work, Penn.
But
yeah, I don't care. Let the fans pick the All-Stars. That's mine.
In the East last year, LaMelo Ball was number 1 amongst guards. That includes Jalen Brunson. That includes Damian Lillard. That includes all of those guys. He was number 1, which means he didn't even make the All-Star team. By the way,
how much was he ahead of Jalen Brunson by?
It was a lot, yo. Yeah, it was a lot.
I remember Chill was talking about New York not standing up for their players,
which they did.
It's crazy.
Like 60,000 or something.
I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Alex.
No, I was just gonna say. So, Chill, you had in the East the snub being Donovan Mitchell, and then in the West, you guys' snub was Anthony Edwards.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sounds about
he was
right.
about 800,000 above Jalen Brunson.
Damn,
that's almost 1 million people.
He was 500,000 above Donovan Mitchell, who was second.
Well, I mean,
$500,000.
sure, you know, them people in New York don't got time to be sitting around making all-star votes. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on the grind in New York. You got to pay that $7,000 rent for
Just so
that
you know,
one
I don't know
bedroom.
if you noticed,
You know what I'm saying?
but Houston,
don't got
not
time to
Houston, I'm
play
sorry.
around
New
out
York
there.
is absolutely enormous. Okay, it's
Yeah,
not just
yeah,
New
yeah.
York City. It's
Right.
it's a huge state. Buffalo, Rochester, way upstate New York. But
Buffalo
people just
don't
think
care.
when they think about
You
New
think
York,
Buffalo
they think
cares about the Knicks?
Yes, I do think Buffalo cares about the Knicks. Yeah, I think they care about them more than the Sabres. Yeah,
Bro, I met people from Buffalo. They say they're more Raptor fans or Piston fans. Like, I don't know.
no. If the Knicks are if the Knicks are going deep into the playoffs, if the Knicks are in the NBA championship, the state of New York.
I'll tell you
is
someone that
riding
cares
with
about the Knicks.
with the
Brooklyn
Knicks.
cares about the Knicks way more than they care about the Nets.
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, either way, when you got to pay $7,000 a month for a one bedroom, you don't got time to be voting the All-Star game every single day and 3 times voting.
He didn't make the All-Star team, by the way, Ox. Just so you know, he was #1 in fan votes and did not make the All-Star team. Excuse me.
Who, LaMelo?
Well, yes, he did not make the All-Star.
Okay,
He
so
was number
I think
3
this-
in player votes too. It was the media. Who had him
#1.
second.
I think this is what kicked it off till last year because I was on board with that. I was saying he shouldn't be in the All-Star game, and Mars was saying, "Well, if the fans want him," and you know, over this year I've come around to that. I think it's the All-Star game, and we want the fans to be excited about the All-Star game. You should let the fans have control of the All-Star game. I have flipped. I feel the same way. I feel that way now.
Y'all are anarchists. That's what you are.
No,
you're anarchists.
Pin,
I just
you
don't
get
think this is- I just don't
82
think this
games.
is that important to where it matters.
Right, Pin, you get 82 games to watch
Anarchist.
Scotty Barnes. You got 82 games to watch Scotty Barnes play basketball. One All-Star game for some 7-year-old, some 10-year-old that wants to see a flashy, dribbly,
First of all,
shoot
that's
half
not
court
the
type
point.
of player.
But
But listen, so that might not be your point, but this is my point. My point is that we get 82 games to watch our favorite players, right? 82 games to watch players like, for me, 82 games to watch OG Anunoby, 82 games to watch DeMontis Sabonis, 82 games to watch, well, not 40 games to watch 40 games to watch Kawhi Leonard. You know what I'm saying? That's what we get, right? that's what we get, you know.
But that's not reality.
But listen, when you got players like LaMelo Ball, Steph Curry, guys that the 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old kids that they want to watch play and they want to have fun and they want to be excited about, I think they should have it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I say this respectfully. Fuck them kids. Okay? Seriously.
But them kids be like, fuck them yous. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care about how you feel. You up here talking about Scott. They don't give a damn about that.
Okay, hold up.
But they are the ones that the NBA cares about. The NBA cares about them kids way more than they care about me and you.
Go back.
Kids don't give a damn about nothing.
They care about them kids way more than they care about me and you.
That's cool. This is what I'm saying.
As they should.
There are certain players that play 14, 15 national games a year. Yeah. There are certain players that play 1 or 0. To a fan of any of those players, and those players could be Anthony Edwards. I mean, Anthony Edwards plays a lot of national games, but Wemby plays a lot of national games. LeBron plays a lot of national games. But for a while there, Cade wasn't playing a lot of national games. For a while there, Shea wasn't playing a lot of national games. What if you're a fan of one of those players that's averaging 30, but the national media, the international media, they don't watch this player because they don't have a chance to watch this player? Who the hell is seeking out Charlotte Hornet games? Who? I have watched 13 Charlotte Hornet games. Don't ask me how the hell I got access to 13 Charlotte Hornet games this year because it's League Pass.
And you think these people are going to get their fix by watching them run around in the All-Star game for a couple minutes?
What I'm saying is, if there is a player out there, look, man, you got to look at this historically too. Like, we all grew up with the All-Star game as a celebration of the league's best and brightest. That is an exhibition for the league to put their best and brightest against their best and brightest. And so you can see, I don't know, Vince Carter guarding Kevin Garnett. That's what you want to see. You ain't ever going to see that in another game. So you're going to see it here. You want to see Shaq go up against Alonzo Mourning or Dikembe Mutombo or Yao Ming or whoever. My point is, getting all these dudes together in one game is the fan vote. Now, if individual fandom or standom for a particular player, be me, Scotty Barnes, you, Kawhi Leonard, or Jason Tatum, or whatever the hell it is, if that individual standom gets in the way of what is supposed to be good for the collective, I think you need to hold people away from their worst impulses because people aren't seeing the biggest picture. You cannot just give people what they want all the time because that's how you get anarchy.
It's not all the time. It's just it's just a day in February. It's a
Yes,
day
I
in February.
understand that.
We need to mature and understand that the world is changing. Okay, you're not gonna get you are not going to get Anthony Edwards and Donovan Mitchell matched up for 20 minutes of hard fought basketball. I'm checking you, you're checking me. You're not going to get your fix in the All-Star game. If I want to watch OG Anunoby play basketball, I can't. Let's say the Knicks are on 2 days, two national games. I'm not going to get my fix watching basketball. On top of that, what's more important? Is it more important for me to I just got to watch him play for whatever? Or is it more important for these kids to see LaMelo Ball? I think it's far more important for these kids to see the players they want to see. I think that's what's going to drive the NBA. We have to let go, Pin. You have to let go.
The bigger picture
the world is changing.
Players are not taking this game seriously because we are not taking this game seriously.
I think that's what
they're not taking the game seriously, Chill, because they're making $70 million a year.
Yeah, that's what
they don't. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with us. You think they give a damn about what
take it more
you
seriously
think?
this year. Here's a prediction: they will take it more seriously this year. You know why? Because U.S. versus international.
It's hard to
has
take
stakes.
it less seriously. I mean, every All-Star from last year has said that last year's format was terrible. So I mean, it's not much.
How many minutes of
they've been complaining about the format
basketball
for years.
game?
Yeah, but last year that any All-Star from last year I've heard has said last year was the one that made the least sense. Not to mention like the 15-minute break in between the games so they could.
It was actually more
so they can hear Kevin Hart not funny.
More than the game. That didn't make any sense.
None of the All-Stars.
And why do you think that is, Chill? Because the fans want it, right? That's my point.
No, I ain't want that shit.
No, they didn't.
They complained afterwards. No. But why is the NBA putting Kevin Hart, all these ads, everything,
his ads
TikTok
not funny,
stars? Why are they involving all of this? My point is, you keep giving people what they want. Sometimes people don't know what they want.
I get that part.
You know what Steve Jobs used to say with Apple? Why were Apple computers so not customizable? Why could you never open up your Apple and build it up like a PC? Because Steve Jobs said people don't know what they want. I haven't told them yet. That's literally it. You cannot keep trusting
Steve Jobs was a genius for that shit.
Steve Jobs is absolutely a genius, and that's why Apple is where it is. Apple is not where it is because they listen to some dumbass say, well, I'll prefer pink computers. Your pink computers,
because
man.
that's something that actually can have an effect on your life day to day. That is something that can help your life. It can actually have an impact on your day.
Apple
No. Wait, no, we can't.
Yes, we can.
No, you can't. Well, first of all, you didn't even hear what I said. What I'm saying is this: you guys are talking about what Steve Jobs is giving you with these phones. Something that you guys have in your hand, in your pocket, in your backpack, all with you at least 16 hours a day.
Sure.
This All-Star game is going to come on Friday. The weekend is going to start on Friday. By Sunday, it's going to be over, and it's not going to affect you in one bit. It's going to affect Penn because he won't let go that he didn't get to see the exact players he wanted. But that's not going to change your life. That has no effect on your life. You don't use that thing. The All-Star game isn't in your pocket.
The divide comes with you and I.
How was there a divide?
The reason why there's a divide, Ox, is because you minimize it. The All-Star game used to mean something. Being an All-Star used to be a big deal, Ox. What you're doing is you're minimizing it, and you're making it sound like it's not going to affect my life 1 minute if I don't watch the All-Star game. Ox, the All-Star game used to be a national event. That's why I was on Sunday night. It's not anymore. People don't care about it as much. Why? Because
and how has that affected your life?
Chill. Why don't people care about the dunk contest anymore? Because the players stopped caring. Because the players stopped showing up. Because y'all made it a joke.
I think to be fair,
they added Gatorade, they added props, and people stopped caring. Back when I was growing up, people cared about the dunk contest.
How many more dunks did you possibly do?
Dunk contest. You know why Michael Jordan showed up the dunk contest?
I understand that. I understand
that.
I think you guys are missing on what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is Steve Jobs is going to get paid regardless. Adam Silver and NBA players are going to get paid regardless, right? They're going to get their bread, right? What I'm saying is for you to compare All-Star voting to what you get in your iPhone and your MacBook and iMac and all that is completely, there's absolutely zero correlation.
Yes,
That
yes, it is.
No, yes, there is.
Yes,
There
it
is zero correlation, chill.
But
Because
that's not
you
what I
t-
said,
we're talking. You said Pin. You
There is
said
correlation.
No. Wait. Hold
going,
on.
Ox.
Let me
Keep
address.
going.
Let me
Keep
address
going.
one thing at a time.
Keep going.
Pin. Correct me if I'm wrong. You were talking about Steve Jobs saying that
Correct.
I'm going to give you what I'm gonna tell you what you want by putting it in your device, whatever, right? Just vaguely. That's pretty much what you say, right? Vaguely.
Well, we don't need to have audio summaries of a two.
No. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Because
that's what he said.
There's clearly a disconnect.
What I said was,
I know what he said.
You don't know what you want because I haven't told you yet. So what?
Right.
So what? So
okay,
the,
and you
the
because
hold up.
so no, I'm not going to hold up because this
you've been trying to tell me
we're going in the same direction. Pin, we're going in the same direction. We're going in the same direction. Look, so you're telling me that the NBA needs to control the All-Star game the same way that Steve Jobs controlled what you put on the phone, what you can use, right? How you can use it, all of that junk, right? What I'm trying to say is that your devices, your Apple devices, are something that actually have an impact on your life and the way you conduct business, the way you communicate with people, the way you connect with family and friends. The All-Star game is a one weekend, and who plays in that game will not impact your life at all.
That's not true. And the reason why that's not true, because if you're saying that, Ox, if you're saying that, then you can say that about a bunch of games in the NBA. This one game is not gonna.
Yeah.
This one game.
I will say that. Yes.
Each game isn't.
Hold up.
The reason why it is because there's a lot of people who are sick. There are a lot of people who are going through things. There are a lot of people who use basketball as an escape from their everyday life. So when you got the All-Star game where I'm looking forward to seeing LaMelo Ball, I'm looking forward to seeing Scotty Barnes. And I am voting for him. I'm looking forward to seeing these guys. And it does affect my life because it makes me happier, or it makes me less sad about what's going on. This little bit of time gives me an opportunity to escape all the nonsense that's going on in my life.
And it's still going to happen. The All-Star game is still going to happen.
I absolutely care about the All-Star game. I'm not saying I don't care about it.
Yeah.
I can, but my point is I can still care about it and realize that the game's going to start and be over. The All-Star weekend is going to be 72 hours. It's going to be. Hold on.
Stop telling me to hold on. No, you have not let me talk for 1 minute.
Thank you, Pin. So what I'm saying is we can still acknowledge that the All-Star game is going to come and go, and it's not going to affect us. Like it's going to be okay. If every player that you want in the game isn't in the game, it's still going to be okay.
We've heard you 8 times.
Can I say the same thing about this phone, Ox? This phone's going to come and go, and then there's going to be a new phone.
Right,
this
but
phone
that's gonna affect your life more than who's in the All-Star.
Just like
that's all I'm saying.
Stop saying the same thing over and over again.
Stop telling me what to say. Stop telling me what to say. Stop crying. It's not that big a deal. Relax.
Does anyone up here have an iPhone?
Yes.
Joe, do you have an iPhone? Okay, perfect. How does me being able to crack open my iPhone impact your life? It doesn't, right?
What, your phone?
Does the customizability of an iPhone impact your life? Does my ability to crack this open, put any software on it, impact your life at all? No. So the same argument you're making about the All-Star game can be made about the iPhone. The point is Steve Jobs made sure that his product could not be used that way. There are retailers, by the way, there are retailers out there, high brand retailers like Louis Vuitton or whatever, that throw their discarded clothes in the trash before allowing them to be donated to homeless shelters. Why? Because the minute
homeless people wearing
because if homeless people are wearing Louis Vuitton, no one paying $800 for that. My point is there is a certain amount of control that high-level brands have over their product that has nothing to do with your life or my life. It is about how they want to be presented. So my point is, if you are just leaning in, Adam Silver's NBA, let's just give people what they want. People want the wrong thing all the time. People don't make good decisions with their lives. People smoke. People do crack. Just give the people what they want.
If you're gonna choose between smoking and do crack, do crack.
Who are you to call what they want wrong?
Well, I'm looking at people's lives, yo. People don't.
No, I'm talking.
We are seeing a generation that is more depressed, more anxious than ever. Let's give people what they want.
Yes, because of the All-Star game.
I'm not talking about doing drugs. I'm saying, who are you to tell people they are wrong to want to see.
I'm watching
LaMelo
their
Ball in the
lives. I'm
All-Star
watching
game.
their financial decisions.
But
People
who-
are in
okay,
debt. People are broke.
Who are you to tell people they are wrong for wanting to see LaMelo Ball on a Sunday evening in February? Who are you to tell them they're wrong to want to see that?
Maybe I'm the type of person here who acknowledges that most people, myself included, are usually wrong. That my first decision, my first impulse, needs to be kept in check. Maybe I'm the type of person that believes that if there was no law preventing people from driving drunk, that a lot of people would drive drunk. Maybe I'm the type of person that believes if there was no law, if there was no consequence. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example.
And I'm saying there's no consequence
Chill.
to an All-Star game.
You lived in New York for a bit.
Zero consequence to All-Star game.
Like, this is
You never
the
lived in New York.
Your parallels don't work
remember
because
the
you're giving
block
real
box
life
problem in New
implications to
York?
an
Do you
All-Star
remember
game.
the block the box problem in New York?
That's
Do you
all I
remember how
was
many
saying.
traffic jams we used to have in New York?
I do
They put
remember
up
that.
signs saying, please be kind and do not block the box. Do you know what happened? People blocked the box more because they assumed the same thing that everyone assumed. Everyone's going to see the sign. If I do it, nothing's going to happen. And then they decided, let's impose a fine. The minute they imposed the fine, the problem went away.
Yeah.
My point is, you cannot just let people do whatever they want. Now, I understand that we're talking about an
You can
All-Star
if
game.
there's
We're not
no
talking about
actual
traffic jams, and we're not talking about this, and we're not talking about that. We're not talking about drug use. We're not talking about crimes. But the point here is, the NBA has gotten away
There is a consequence
from
to us.
There's
whatever the hell
not.
this game is supposed to be. And every year we are seeing the All-Star game, the dunk contest, and an event that some of us grew up caring about going away from significance. There used to be a reverence around this event. There used to be a class around this event. There used to be an excitement around this event that is no longer there. And I believe that the NBA has directly contributed to the insignificance of their own midseason classic.
Because they let the people
Yes.
who are the
Well,
most
to be
important
fair,
part.
the people.
Oh,
the
we want
All-Star
more
game-
props. We want more props.
The
We want more
time
guys.
people have said the All-Star
Give it
game has
away.
got worse has been since they've implemented the player and media vote. It used to be all fan voting and people weren't complaining back in the day. Then they implemented the media and whatever vote, and it's like, oh, it's got worse year after year. So I would argue you took away some of the fans' freedom, and all you've done is complain about how the All-Star game keeps getting worse. They implemented that in 2017 because Zaza Pachulia was second in fan voting in the West. So then they implemented the player and the media vote to make sure that Zaza Pachulia couldn't be an All-Star. Shout out to Zaza, by the way. That means he changed the rules of the NBA. Shout out to him. Twice.
Shout out to
The
Zaza.
Landing space rule
Most
and the
influential
All-Star rule.
player
Zaza
ever.
Pachulia is responsible for 2 rule changes in the NBA. But all I've heard is that 2016 was the last time the All-Star weekend was great. You had the Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon dunk contest. You had Kobe's farewell All-Star game. Unanimous MVP Steph in the All-Star game. Drake was at the game. I think that game was in Toronto. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was actually in Toronto. That was the last time All-Star weekend was great. And that was the year, the next year, they implemented the player and media vote. So why would they not just go back to the fan vote when everything was great?
I remember that too. When I think they had a dude that was dunking the ball, Ox. He was in jeans, like he was dunking the ball like this in jeans. Like the rim was right here, by the way. And he was jumping over people, dunking the ball. And I remember what it was. Now,
Not to mention that year, Kobe was so far first in fan voting, 2016.
Yeah.
Kobe was, apologize, Kobe fans. Kobe wasn't playing like no All-Star.
He was not.
But no one complains when he had
everybody wanted to
1.9 million votes.
Yeah, everybody
and
wanted to see him.
LeBron James had 1 million.
Yeah, everybody wanted to see
You're
him.
conflating
Kobe
the
Bryant nearly
issue.
doubled LeBron in votes, and no one had a complaint. You know
No one
why?
had an
Because the
issue
fans
with-
wanted to see Kobe Bryant in his last season.
George-
No one complains when Dirk and D-Wade got given their farewell All-Star in 2019. You know why? Because people wanted to see Dirk and
We did the
D-Wade,
same thing with
even though
Doc.
Dirk didn't even move.
You're conflating the
That's what
issue.
people
No
wanted
one
to
complained
do.
about Michael Jordan starting with the Wizards either when Vince Carter gave up his spot. But again, this is something that I
Jordan
would-
was playing like an
That's
all-star,
what they
though.
want.
Jordan was playing like an all-star though that year. He
Yeah,
was,
at least
Jordan
averaging
was
20,
close to
like, he was
being an
still-
yeah,
all-star.
he was playing like an
And-
all-star. Doc was not playing like an all-star in 1987.
And
No, he
Vince
wasn't.
Carter got the vote over Michael Jordan,
Jordan gave him the starting
largely
spot.
because he did an
Jabbar was
Asia.
not playing like an all-star in 1989. He was not.
Okay, and I get that. The legacy votes don't bother me. These troll votes bother me. If Zaza Pachulia starts at an All-Star game, it appeases one segment of the fan base, but it pisses off an entire other segment of the fan base. I'm sorry, I'm not lining up to see Zaza Pachulia start in the All-Star game because Georgia wanted to vote for him. Nor am I okay with Sandro Mamukelashvili starting in the All-Star game because Georgia wanted to vote for him.
How big,
That's the
how big of a
consequence,
nation
though.
is Georgia?
Who cares?
That was your defense of Denny Avdia getting votes.
Yeah,
There's not that many
Denny
Jewish
Avdia
people.
with the
How many
All-Star.
people are in Georgia? Americans can't outvote Georgia? Is that what you're telling me?
So
No.
America
You
got to
telling me
outvote
that
China
Kawhi
and Georgia.
Leonard- Kawhi-
Man, come on.
San Antonio can't outvote Georgia? Because Kawhi Leonard was below Zaza Pachulia in votes. Kawhi Leonard can't get more votes than Georgia?
I
Anthony
don't know.
Davis
I don't know if
couldn't
you're
get
being
more votes than
deliberately
Georgia?
obtuse or if you just actually don't get it. So I'm gonna play it like we're
just
having a
don't
good
agree with
faith
you.
argument. If
I
it,
just don't agree with you.
no, I don't. I just think you don't care, and you think that's cool
Yes,
because
and
your
you
entire
care too much.
generation.
That's why we disagree.
No.
So the
Your
population of
yo, Mars, your
by the way,
generation
Mars, of
grew
the
up
country of
thinking it's
Georgia is
uncool to care,
3.9 million.
and let's make fun of people
today.
for caring, and that's the
I'm
problem.
not making fun of you for caring. I'm saying I don't think it's that big of a deal. You think it's that big of a deal. We disagree. We fundamentally don't
But
agree.
this laissez-faire approach to everything leads to the chaos.
It's to
that
the
we are-
All-Star game. It's not to everything.
Okay,
And
I'm
for the
not
record,
saying let the
Mars,
fans vote for the
as
All-NBA
somebody,
teams.
as
I'm
the
not
people,
saying let the fans vote for the MVP.
First of all,
I'm saying
you
let
haven't
them vote
seen.
for the event that's meant to be for
Okay,
them.
you're screaming about an event that honestly has not mattered for 1 second in your entire lifetime. Your lifetime. Hold up. Your lifetime.
That's the point, just hitting you in the face.
You
Like,
started
what?
watching basketball in what, 2014? I'm sorry. The
man.
this is not the golden age of the All-Star game. Some of us, however, were children when the All-Star game was a really big deal. Some of us were adults, like chill, when the All-Star game was a really big deal.
Before the internet existed.
Yo,
Now it
I'm trying to
exists.
tell you, we didn't man, how can I encapsulate this for you? The All-Star game used to mean something significantly more than it means today. And you have not you have not woken up to the excitement of who is going to be an All-Star. Did my favorite player make it? And then being told, no, your favorite player did not make it because Denny Avdia decided to make it. My point here is
What if someone's favorite player is Denny Avdia?
That's my point, Mars.
They don't
there
deserve
is
to
a
have their all-star
significance. Look,
represented
you
because their
can
favorite player is not better than your favorite player?
listen. Oh my God, how this is not a difficult point to understand. You
I
can
just
hate
wish
Larry
Scotty Barnes
Bird.
would have made the All-Star game.
I don't care about all.
He is
I
going to
don't care
make the
about Scotty
All-Star
Barnes.
game. He is going to make
the starters chill. If I wish Scotty would have been a starter so we could be.
What kind of point is this used to matter?
What does this got to do with me?
Cool. Like, I'm not
Because
arguing
your
whether or not it used to
fandom does not
matter
have
or not.
anything to do with me. I don't care if Scotty Barnes being the All-Star starter. I don't think he deserves to be an All-Star starter. So that would be weird to me if he
So
was
then
an
why
All-Star
was you
starter.
voting for him?
Oh, got you.
Why
So
would
let me
you
ask you
waste
this.
your vote?
So
Your
to
vote.
See what I'm saying? You're wasting your votes. You're playing around with votes. If you don't believe it, you're voting for stuff.
Scotty Barnes should have been an all-star starter. Why was you voting for him? Your vote should have been for the five people
we need to
Because I
you
wanted
think should have
his vote to
started.
climb up.
No, Pin. We need to
Why?
strip you of
Why?
your
You
votes
didn't
because
think he
you're
should have
just
been an
throwing
all-star
votes
starter?
around all laissez-faire like
He's
it's
doing the
like it's not a
same
big
thing.
deal.
This is my point. He
You
just said he
admitted
don't think
to
Scotty
it.
Barnes should have been an all-star starter, but he didn't just vote for the five people he thinks should be an all-star starter. He voted for Scotty Barnes.
Well, wait a
Scotty
minute.
Barnes. Chill. You can't defend that. Chill.
Did
You
not
can't
vote for the
defend that.
players
The
that
All-Star,
I'm
chill.
asking you-
The
I'm asking you
All-Star, the All-Star
question.
game is
Wait a minute,
if you ask Pin, the All-Star game is way too important for you to be playing
Yes.
around like that. He doesn't think Scotty Barnes should be a starter, but yet he voted for Scotty Barnes multiple times.
Yes.
He is guilty.
And
You
that's
let
what
him
I'm asking
talk.
you.
I'm telling you, if you let him talk, he would walk off of a cliff. He would
That's what I'm
talk
asking you,
himself off of a cliff.
Because
He just admitted to doing what he's up here crying about.
Because Pin,
I
really
don't
quickly,
think
Pin.
all-
Just
No,
one
you
question.
cooked yourself. Head on the spike.
Scotty's a top
Somebody
seven
good
player
there.
in
Really
the East.
quickly,
I don't care if he starts or
Just one
doesn't start.
question.
That's not my point.
Well, that's what I was asking, Pin.
Yeah.
Really quickly. Did you
I
not
don't
vote
care.
for
I'm just
Scotty?
going to vote every day on
Yes,
a vote day.
because he's borderline
Okay.
right there.
So you did.
If
So you did vote
want
for
to
Scotty
argue
as a
Scotty
starter.
versus Tyrese Maxey, I
So
would
he did
argue
vote for
Tyrese
Scotty as a
Maxey is.
starter.
Yes, I did.
That's what he said. Yeah, that's what
Right.
he said. He doesn't believe he should be a starter. So
because I understand how the other people are voting. But what I'm saying, chill. What I'm saying is, it's not about who I want to see in the All-Star starter. If I hate, I don't know, if I hate Luka Doncic for his defense, it's not like I'm gonna be mad if Luka Doncic is starting because the game still has significance as long as 10 of the 14 to 15 best players are starting in the All-Star game. We're cool.
Yep.
The minute you start veering into the 38th, 47th, 57th, 60th best player potentially starting, which is what would happen if you left it only to fan votes, as these two up here would have you believe, then the game completely loses significance. And it doesn't come down to whether I like Luka or don't like Luka. I could not like Luka and still accept that he is an all-star. I could, if I was a Scotty Barnes hater and he made an all-star team as a starter, I don't think I'd be super mad at it because he's still a top 7 player in the Eastern Conference. It's when somebody like, I don't know, let's just say, again, if there's a K-pop campaign around a certain player who's a 14th guy, like if Danny Wolf makes the All-Star team as a starter, I'm sorry, that ruins the enjoyment of everybody.
But Danny didn't,
not?
though. This is so hypothetical. Danny didn't make it.
He would if you made it only all-star voters.
What I was with you with, Penn, is
36th place guy.
because again, Ox, I might not vote for some. I might want somebody to be a starter, but I'm not voting for him because I don't think they're going to be a starter. So I'm already taking myself out of it. Penn actually thinks that Scotty Barnes is going to be a. He thinks he's going to be. He thinks he's going to be a starter.
Chill. Are you not listening? Chill. Are you not listening?
I don't think Scotty Barnes should be a starter.
But he's voting for him though. So he's voting for him.
I'm sorry, Mars. You take things too literally.
Wait a minute, Mars.
You know, sometimes we say things and that you don't think that you
So
take them a little
which
too
part was the
literally.
not literal part? Just correct me. Which part? Which
I
part was the
want
part?
him
The
to
part
be
where
a
you don't
starter,
think he
but
should be a
I'm
starter?
not mad that he's not a
That's why
starter.
he
How's
wants him to
that?
be
Can
a
I clarify
starter.
my
Oh,
position?
so you do think Scotty Barnes should have been all-star?
Yes, that's why.
I think he's a
voting
top
for him.
That's
player.
not taking things literally. That's just you lying.
It's not lying.
Penn,
You
who
lie.
do you think he should start over?
I don't think Scotty Barnes should be a starter. And then if someone says, but you say you don't think Scotty Barnes should be a starter, you take things too literally. There's no other way to say that. There's no other way to interpret that. There's no hidden meaning. There's no metaphor.
Okay,
good
but
God
you know,
almighty.
sometimes people exaggerate, hyperbolize,
I heard
right?
what you said, Penn.
You can't hyperbolize the opposite of what you mean. That's not possible. You can't
Okay,
say
let
the
me
opposite of
clarify
what
my
you believe and then say, but you're taking
I
it literally.
think Scotty, for the
Mars,
most
come
part,
on, man. Have
ribs
some
hurt.
I'm done.
have
I'm
some
done.
interliterally
I guess.
have
Oh,
some
man, Ron, I'm happy
interliterally
to-
curiosity.
I'm happy to see you,
All right, my
brother.
bad. I guess.
I'm
Hey,
happy to see
Penn.
you.
Actually, we're gonna go ahead and move off of this. I just want everybody to
thank
know.
God.
Seriously, I voted for Denny Avdia. Keep going, Denny. Hey, Jordan. Avdia. But anyways, let's go ahead.
How about Ron walking into practice as the coach, missing half the practice, and we already running drills, and then just walk into the practice and just take over practice.
Chill.
I'm
I told you. Remember yesterday? The powers that be were, trying to take down my internet. But like I said, we will not be canceled. We will not be moved off of our pivot. We will not be stopped, y'all. We back and we at full force. I'm assuming you guys talked about Jimmy Butler.
We did not get the buckets.
No, we
yet.
did not.
We didn't get
about the.
we didn't get the buckets.
No,
and
What
we didn't
about-
get that splash?
Waiting for you to come back, Ron.
Yeah, you might want to tell everyone about the beautiful site that is Splash Sports. You might want to do that.
you might want to do that, Ron.
We didn't do that.
You might.
Yeah, we
Ron.
did,
It might be in your best interest to do that.
Ron, we didn't do anything up here.
because we
For
were
an hour.
talking about the All-Star game.
Yeah, we've done nothing but
literally.
literally waste time. So go ahead, Ron.
We weren't wasting time. We
We
was
were
having a real good
This
conversation.
was actually pretty
Yeah,
entertaining.
we was doing.
We
what
compared
I got
iPhones
all
to the All-Star game,
No, you
Okay,
did.
well,
Talk about Louis
Share your
Vuitton not
screen.
giving clothes to homeless people.
And it worked too.
and they shouldn't.
And if you saw a homeless man with an LV belt on, that should have.
That's gonna make you not want to give them money. Yeah, exactly. You don't even.
Well,
want
no,
that.
they'll sell that.
Exactly. I'd be like, boy, I get that belt for you for $5. Next, I'm getting that belt. Y'all gonna
That's-
say I'm exploiting the homeless man. Shit.
You didn't, but that's the best place to get your Louis and Gucci belts.
From the homeless, cause they rich with their rich grandma, their rich mom and dad probably laced them up, and they just decided they want to live on the street. So give me them LV boots, them size 12. I can rock with them. I might have a couple, bumps on my foot, but it's all good. Shit happens.
Is this what you have to be doing in LA for All-Star Weekend?
Hey, boy, they got some fly shit on the homeless in LA
Hell
now.
yeah.
Them my stomping ground, boy.
Mhm.
Hey, boy, I'm about to get some easy discounts.
All right, fellas. Well, the thing about it is some of you guys can go mooch off of the homeless, but me, I would rather go to better places like the Splash Sports app. And here's where I can make money so I could buy Louis Vuitton gear, so I could pay my car note, so I can take my girlfriends on dates. The Splash Sports apps, it allows you to, leverage your basketball knowledge to make a little bit of cold hard cash. In Splash Sports, we call it Splash Cash. And here's what we're doing today. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our nice Players Choice Tuesday boost. And I'm not going to tell you the player just yet, but just know he is a bucket getter, an all-time bucket getter. However, before we get to that, you can download the Splash Sports app by scanning this QR code on the screen, or you could click the link in the bio. Once you download the Splash Sports app, you'll come to the main dashboard. When you get there, you'll be like a kid in a candy shop. because you will see all different type of players in all different type of sports, and you will see more or less next to their player projection. Oh man, I'm doing too much talking. Let's just get into it, y'all. This is what it looks like. When you go to the app, you'll see you can win up to 50 times. Alex, go to the homepage again.
Gotcha.
Let's get people the full, all-encompassing experience. When you get there, 25K conference championships. In case you didn't bet on the conference championships, you have the opportunity to do it here with the fantasy tiers. Go, click that over button, Ox. Let's just see what all we could do. The big contests, the big ones. 150K PGA, one and done. You gotta know golf to know that. I have no clue. But shout out to Ship It Nation. Next, the Big Whalers Club Quick Picks Reward Program. If you are a quick picker, I know a lot of you guys are quick pumpers, but if you're a quick picker, you can go to Whalers Club and you can get in on that. What else you got for us, Big Ox? Went up to 50x your entry fee, and that's what we're gonna do right now. Ox, hit up that quick picks and let's get into
it. Before we do this, I just want to thank you, Ron. Chill. I thank you guys for selling us this weekend. Appreciate y'all.
What you mean?
I screwed it up.
You know what I'm talking about? Making us pick the Niners. Good job, y'all.
Oh, we still on that?
Y'all. Yeah, I'm still on that. It was 7 bands on that. Man. I picked, man. Y'all, I told y'all, man.
See, the chat told us that the Niners would win. Jordan, didn't you say the Niners would win too?
Well, man, just like Penn said.
Jordan, didn't you say the Niners would win?
I did. Chill. And I want to say this.
You voted on it, right?
Got the shit beat out them, and then we gonna hire y'all bum ass coach. The hell.
Chill. Didn't you say the Niners would win?
On Sunday? This Sunday that just passed?
No, yeah, Saturday.
No, I didn't say that. I knew.
Well, Friday you voted for.
You voted for them. No, damn that, Ron. Because Ron, this is your fault because you troll voted. You took a page out of Penn's book and troll voted and voted for the Niners. And chill, you were guilty because I told you the week before that to pick the Niners over the Eagles, and you didn't. You went against your squad. You turned your back on your squad. I called you out for it, and then you felt guilty and voted them against a team that you know they can't.
So what you up here grilling me about it for then? You the one talking into the bullshit.
I did not. I told you to do that against the Eagles.
I felt guilty about it.
No. I told you
we were gonna lose on Sunday.
You felt guilty. You felt guilty for voting against your team.
I said, quote, we're not gonna beat these dudes. Chill, stand on your nuts. Ride with your team.
No, I said it against the Eagles.
No.
I said it against the Eagles.
After we beat them.
Yes, I said.
Gonna beat. We ended
but
up
I told y'all would. See, you got to listen to me.
And I knew that we were playing with house money at this point. And
no, that's not house money. That's seven bands we were supposed to have because I told you to vote against the Eagles. And then when the Seahawks, look, the chat knows, and it's not really against you, Chill, because it's really against Ron Jive ass for jumping on that with you and having us vote for the Niners. Damn you and the chat. It was me, Morris, and Swiper that had good sense and voted for the Seahawks.
What about Jordan?
And y'all, I don't think Drench was here when we did that.
Friday, Drench was here on Friday. Drench was live.
I definitely voted. I definitely picked the Niners.
You did vote for the Niners. That's right.
Yeah, I was hating on Ron. But
it don't matter. It don't matter. This is about Ron. My bad. Let me get back to the quick picks though. Let me lock in.
Hey, but chill. You stood on your nuts. You got your nuts busted. You got your ego busted. You got your 49ers busted. And you got your pride busted. That's got to feel terrible.
I hate y'all.
Yeah, but Tatum coming back. So.
I fucking hate y'all dudes.
Because the Niners lost. You hate me?
I fucking hate y'all dudes. I don't dislike y'all. I fucking hate y'all. Yes, there's a difference. There's a dislike and then there's a hate. Like I have a healthy hatred for you guys. Yes, I do. 100% I do. Even though I do think that the Rams Seahawks win is winning the bowl game, I still hate y'all. Yes, I do.
So you think the Rams gonna beat the Seahawks?
I said the winner of the Rams Seahawks game wins the bowl game. That's what I think. Yep, that's what I think. And by the way, yesterday
I think New England gonna win it.
Did Donovan Mitchell? Did I sell us on Donovan Mitchell?
I don't know.
I did not. Can't hear you, Mars. You're muted. I took the less.
I mean, you did
on
right.
Donovan Mitchell.
If you took the less, you
took the
damn
less? I
sure
thought you
did
took the
right.
more.
I
Yeah,
took the
then-
less
then-
on Donovan
okay,
Mitchell.
then you
Yes.
did a
Oh, there
good
you
job.
go. Now you came to your
Yeah,
senses
he
about Lester.
played OKC. Yeah, if you took the more, then you would just.
Yeah, I took the
Yeah,
less on
now you
Donovan
came to your
Mitchell.
He had like
senses about
9
Lester.
points going into the fourth, and then stat padded. So shout out.
And by the way, Penn,
Yeah.
if we had that dislike day for All-Star voting, you know what I'll be doing for Donovan Mitchell. I'll be spamming that shit.
Yo,
Fuck you,
Jordan
Jeez.
gonna invest in a VPN. He gonna have like 85
Yeah,
different
bro, I'm
IP
gonna have 6
addresses.
passports.
Shit, man.
6 passports.
I did tell y'all yesterday the OKC Thunder are gonna clap them, right? I did say that because when I heard J-Dub not playing, we
We
back.
seen Chet, right? Yeah, we seen
This
Chet.
man, Donovan Mitchell, go 5 for 18. God damn.
J-Dub basically playing for the other team.
I'm watching more. I'm watching
Y'all,
more
but-
than yesterday. We
Oh,
can get it.
hold up, y'all. We'll get into that. Let's
We'll
finish this right quick. Ox,
Yeah,
you got
who-
KD queued up. You're going less on KD?
Well, today KD is a Leicester, and as you know,
Why would you do such a thing, Big Ox?
Well, because they're playing against the Spurs.
We about to whoop the Spurs ass today.
Last time he
Let
played,
y'all
he
know.
had like 8 turnovers. So.
Man, we about to whoop the shit.
Y'all might win, but KD will be a Leicester today.
You do know San Antonio played yesterday, right?
That's why we about to whoop the
KD's a
Spurs
Leicester.
ass.
KD's a Leicester today.
Look at Jalen Green, man.
Hold up,
Hey,
Big Ox.
man.
Go up though, right quick. Go up.
Carter Bryant had
The reason
11
why we
points.
started with Kevin Durant is because, as you can see right here, we have a player's choice 50% boost. So when you go Kevin Durant, less or more, on any of his player projections, you will get a 50% boost in whatever you do. So that's how we rocking. Fellas, what else are we going with? Mars, you got something?
No,
I know
it's just
he's a
nasty to see
GTD.
Jalen Green, but it's just nasty to see Jalen Green. No, he
I know
played
he's
tonight.
a GTD.
He
playing?
he playing
What,
tonight. Yeah, he playing tonight.
what you waiting for?
I mean, I know he's gonna score 40, but but we're gonna take the Leicester for sure. We're gonna take the Leicester.
All that running he got to do with Phoenix, yeah, he ain't gonna play very many minutes. I see a 15
Yeah,
minutes.
he gonna be like 15, 20 minutes. That's why we're gonna take the Leicester.
he
No
ain't-
Joel
he ain't playing.
Embiid
That's too
tonight.
much
Though,
running.
so we'll
That's
He
too
scored-
much junk ball he gonna be playing against
Scored
the
35 points in those
76.
15 minutes. You know that.
Ron,
I don't like taking a less on him.
Ron, can I take a look at Mr. Scotty Barnes tonight? They go up against the Golden State Warriors. What does that line look like with
Hey,
him?
chill. You know what to do.
What does that
You,
line look like?
beat
with-
me to it.
What does that line look like with Mr. Scotty Barnes tonight?
21 points.
21
You know,
Take the PRA
you
over,
know.
man.
You got 20
Mhm.
points. You got 34.5 PRA, 29.5
You-
points of rebounds. What, the PRA?
I'm liking that PRA. I'm going to take the more on the PRA. With
Objection.
Barnes.
Objection.
No,
Big Ox.
last time he played Golden State, he had
Objection.
like 25 rebounds.
Yeah, he got
did.
busy. Yeah, he had.
So you know,
25.
law of averages. Yeah, law of averages.
Exactly.
And
So are
Jimmy gone.
Are you taking the less? Is that what you're saying?
No.
No,
It's your
Jimmy-
pick. It's your
I'm
pick.
taking. I'm taking the more. That's what I'm.
Yeah, it's your
doing.
pick.
I
That's
got you.
my
I
pick.
took the more.
Yes, I'm taking the more. Mm-hmm.
Okay, who else wants to pick? This is the last pick. We can only have 4.
You're not gonna take Sabonis now that he back goes?
Do you know what Scotty
Well,
had
I already
last year
took,
against the Warriors last time he faced them?
What did he do?
29,
Last
10,
year?
and 29, 10, and 6. This year, 23, 25, and 10. Sheesh.
I'm
Sounds
just
like a
hearing
all-star
live
start to
averages.
me.
Oh, whoa,
The previous game before that
wait,
against
wait.
Golden State last year, 23, 8, and 6. I'm just telling you.
Big Ox,
It's a
y'all
very
playing against
safe over.
Miami?
Yeah.
Let me stay out of this. I don't want to.
Why are people
Go ahead.
surprised by last year? You
Jordan?
know, we play the Eastern
Hey.
Conference. They only play like 2 times a year.
Yo, can we get through
Hey,
this real quick?
hey,
We got
Pin-
one pick to make.
Penalty. Can you please
Well,
help us?
Chill took my guarantee, which was Scotty.
You don't have
Barnes
another
over.
guarantee? Because if not, I'm going Westbrook more.
Go ahead.
Mm,
That was my
Westbrook
other pick. That was my
That's
other
a
pick.
great
Ron.
pick.
Westbrook,
Yeah, that's a great pick. Go with the Westbrook Moon.
Boom.
That's a great
Hold
pick.
up,
That was my
hold
other
up.
pick. Mhm.
Who playing tonight?
$10 turns into 180, y'all.
Ooh, nice.
7 bands, Ox. Did I trick the 7?
Yes, absolutely. Chill. Well, it's more on Ron than it's
Ron
on you.
tricked the 7.
That's why I was trying to.
chat.
No, it should. No, you made it a tie by trolling and going with the Niners, and then the chat did what they did. You know,
Westbrook is
Damned if you
selling
do,
us.
damned if you don't.
Westbrook is selling us. Davion
Well,
Mitchell not
Pitt-
going to let him get
well-
16 and a half.
Thank you, Pin. We asked you, could you make a pick for us? You said no.
I didn't say no.
just took too
I
long.
said who's
That's all.
playing.
You weren't eager enough. You gotta come
It's
on.
all
Joe.
good, y'all. We are going to pivot into the
Gotta
super
be
chats, but
dominant
we
like
still want
DeAndre
to.
Ayton.
I still want to talk about J-Dub's injury. We still have to obviously talk about Jimmy Butler's injury. It's Rivals Week, y'all. I don't know if you guys knew that. There's a couple rivalry games tonight, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. There's a bunch of rivalry games. So I want to look at the rivalry slate, and I want you guys to tell me, is this really a rivalry game? Could it potentially be a rivalry game, or is the NBA just reaching? Because I see a lot of reaches on here, but I want to know how you guys feel. I think so too, Jordan.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that. We obviously still have to watch Jason Tatum's workout. For those who didn't see it, we'll put it on the screen. And then, did you guys talk about All-Star Snubs?
Yes, we did.
So you talked about Donovan Mitchell. You talked about Anthony Edwards.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll skip over that. But as of right now, y'all, it is the
we ain't
crunch
skipping
time
over it,
chat
Ron. We already
segment.
talked about it. We ain't skipping it. You wasn't here. We talked about it.
My bad. I meant to say I skipped it.
Yeah.
Let's get into these super chats, fellas. The first one I got is from Gregory Kirkland. Gregory said, "My guys think I'm crazy, but I think Steph Curry has been the best player from 2016." From 2016 or since 2016? He said from 2016. The consensus was Bron and KD. Then it's Kawhi and Giannis, and now it's Shea and Jokic. He's never gotten the best in the world nod.
Not by the consensus, no. Well, the 2016 regular season, he was viewed as the best player in the world. It's just the playoffs happened.
I think he means from then extended, like the best player over the last 9 years. I think that's what he means.
I think he means 2016 because in the last segment he said the consensus was Bron and KD at that time, then Kawhi and Giannis, now Shea and Joker. Because Shea and Joker don't have a
So
they
Greg,
don't have a chance to be the best.
So what I'm saying makes sense.
So
he's
Greg,
talking about a progressive changing of who the two best players are. So he's talking about over that stretch.
Yeah.
Who thinks that Shea was the best player since 2016?
Some people do, apparently, because the last 5 years are present in their mind.
Well, 2016, there's no way Shea was the best player.
Let's I know what Penn is talking about.
If we did a ranking of the top 10 players of the last decade, some people he's saying would have Shea number one. I wouldn't. I don't. But that's some
that's
people.
What he's
you
saying.
guys sincerely believe that?
Yeah, I think some people would have Shea. Some people would say Shea's been the best player of like the last 10 years, like the best.
And how about we run it down?
If not, they would say. I disagree with them, but like if you're saying Shea right now is the best player in the world, and they're saying this Shea right now is better than any player we've seen in the last 10 years,
right?
That's what they would be saying. Like,
okay, if you put it that way, Mars, that could make sense. But if you're talking about this average from 2016,
yeah, but like it's not like Shea's the best player of the decade. Like,
so Shea's the best peak is what we're saying. Like who has been the single best season over the last 10 years? Some people say
it's still not him, but I understand.
To me, it's Bron, but like.
Steph has 3 championships over that era, over that span. Nobody else does.
That's not a peak. That's just him accomplishing 3 championships. That doesn't mean that he peaked in terms of a player. He just
being 2016, 2019, 2021.
So when you so let's run that down really quickly, Mars. So in 26, what I want you to equate 2016 to is who's the best player in your estimation in the game today?
Jokic.
So Jokic is the best player in the game today in your estimation. If Jokic goes up against Shea in the Western Conference Championship and Shea outplays him, and then they go on to win the NBA championship, how are we talking about Joker?
Is Jokic hurt?
Nope.
Then I don't know. We'll probably say that Shea's better. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, well,
I don't know. I watched Shea probably play better than Jokic last season in the playoffs, and Jokic is still considered better.
I think that the consensus would be, especially this season, if he outplayed him in the playoffs, I think if he outplayed him in the playoffs again and they won and then he won the NBA championship, I think that the consensus would be that Shea is better than him. That's what happened to Curry in 16. So now let's move to 17. When KD,
if you ignore the elephant of the injury in the room.
Yeah, the elephant of the injury, which, I mean, I think it's interesting that, anyway, so in 2017, KD jumps on the crew. Right, when KD jumps on the crew, that's the elephant in the room actually for Steph Curry.
That's a different elephant,
yeah,
new elephant.
And then 18 comes around, and then we have the huge elephant in the room, which is James and what he did that year, right? And then 19, when Leonard did what he did in Toronto, I mean and then the
beat another injured team,
beat another injured team, which had Curry on it, by the way. And then in 20, he gets hurt and he ends up missing the entire season. And then in 21, Clay doesn't come back. And then we're still dealing with Curry, by the way, right? We're still dealing with Curry just as an individual player and what he did in 21 with taking that
Led
team.
the league in scoring. Yeah.
Took that team to the playoffs. But I still think, I still think that there wasn't a consensus on him. There were still people who thought that James and Giannis and Joker was emerging, right? So then in 22 happens. They win the NBA championship, which it actually should have been. Like, we should have been really having a conversation about Curry being the best player on the planet. That really should have been going on. Only except we weren't. Because
he wasn't.
Yeah, and we still had other guys. I say that to say, moving all the way up to this point where we are, moving all the way up to this point where we are, the consensus on Curry is that he's been a top 5 player, a top 3 player, and arguably the best player in the world. He has never been consensus the best player on the planet.
Has he been consensus the second best player on the planet?
No.
I think
because KD was always in that conversation.
I think in 16 he was consensus.
I agree. I would agree. 16 that year, people would say Steph was the second best. Is that the only year?
I think I want to say 19, but I can't say 19. No.
And I don't mean was Steph ever the second best player in the world. Consensus.
Consensus.
Is the key, consensus is the key word here. So I don't want people to like, oh, well, I'm saying consensus. Did the consensus?
He's not saying unanimous. He's saying consensus.
Yes. Okay. Did the consensus of NBA fans view Steph as a top 2 player in the world? And if so, how many years was that the case?
The only one I can say confidently, Mars, is 16. That's the only one that I can say confidently.
As a top 2?
Yes.
Because he wasn't the best player on his own team in 2018 or 2019.
You talking about from 2016 to now or just in general?
His whole life, his whole career.
2015?
You think Steph was a top 2 player in the world?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just because KD was hurt that year.
100%.
James Harden was doing what he was doing, but then they lost to the Warriors.
Yeah.
I would say 2015 is fine.
2015, 2016, 2015, 2016. 2017 is a little shaky, but I would give it a nod.
So you think he was better than KD? And you think the consensus thought he was better than KD?
No, not consensually. No, not consensus. Not consensus. No. So I guess so. 2017 is when KD got there, though, right?
Yes.
Very similar thing could be said about Magic Johnson, by the way.
No, it can't, because in 87 he was the best player on the planet.
Yeah, but that's the point. Like, there's
Michael Jordan existed, but I mean
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan. He was on his way. Jordan was on his way.
He was already better.
Jordan was there. Jordan was there.
So he had a one, but he was already a better.
81, 82, 83, 84, 85. You could say Bird was better. You could say Kareem was better. And then,
what about player than Magic?
And I just think, like, again, I was thinking about most people's top 10 all-time rankings. And I'm seeing Jordan, who was clearly the best player for a long stretch. I'm seeing, James, who was clearly the best player for a long stretch. Kareem, who was the best player for a long stretch. Bill Russell. Tim Duncan, even. I think you could make an argument Tim Duncan had like 3 to 4 years where you could say he was the best player in the world, although that even is dubious.
I never thought Tim Duncan was the best player in the world, by the way.
Because that would be Shaq.
You got 03. I think 03 you can say Duncan.
Yeah,
that's for me.
But then Kevin Garnett takes over 04.
Yeah, 03 is probably the only year I would say Tim Duncan was the best player in the world. But with Steph, it's funny. Like, the consensus is apparently he's been top 2 in the league twice by the consensus, and he's a top 10 player of all time. It's funny.
Who's the top?
It's funny.
Steph apparently has only been consensus a top 2 player 2 years of his 17-year career, but he's one of the 10 best players ever.
And Kevin Durant is not.
Even though we could say Steph was, we could say KD was a top 2 player on the planet for at least 5 years.
Mars, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. I don't understand how people be saying that too, that Steph Curry is a better basketball player than Kevin Durant. He's not.
And I'm not speaking for myself because I think Steph was the best player in the world in 2019 and 2021. So I want to make that clear. For me, Steph's been the best player in the world in multiple seasons. 2 of them, to be exact. And in 2016, I think he was second. And I'm also on the side that I think Steph was better than KD when they were on the same team. So for me, Steph's
ain't
been
on that
top
side.
2. Yeah, that's how
I
you don't
am.
have to be. I'm speaking for myself. So for me, Steph was top 2 in 15, 16, 17, 18. He was top 2 for 4 years. 2019, he was number 1 to me. 2020, he didn't play. 2021, he was number 1 to me again. So that's my opinion. And then 22, 23, 24, you got like a top 5 player, but not top 2. So for me, Steph's been top 5, top 2 for like 6 years for me. But for the consensus, it's just funny that the guy can be top 2
So was Harden ever the
twice
best player in
and
the
be
league?
top 10 all time. Was who?
No.
Was Harden ever a top 2 player in the
I
league?
don't think. Top 2. I mean,
No.
Yeah, when
in
he won MVP.
2019, I think the 2 best players in the world were on the same team.
Okay.
Bron got hurt that year. That's the prerequisite.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Kawhi and Kyle Leonard. Kyle Lowry. My bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely not.
Gotcha.
But just it's funny that the consensus can say, yeah, Steph was only top 2 in
I don't
2015
ever-
and 16. And one of those years, KD was hurt, by the way. And then say he's a top 10 player of all time. It's just, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm in the majority when I say it's funny that Steph is still better than KD today. But we don't got time for that. We got to get into our next super chat from Acro D2. Acro said, Mars has a point when he says that these accolades do not matter. We should not care that Wemby did not get in over Denny. Money should not tie into these accolades. Real Talk also has a point as well.
I disagree with that. I've always cared. I
Real Talk
don't
ain't even
get-
here.
I don't care about accolades. They're not as high on my list, but they are high on my list. I definitely care about them, and I don't like the idea of dismissing them like they don't matter, because they do matter. Being an All-Pro matters. Being the league MVP matters. Being an All-League defender matters. Being an All-Star matters. And
For
with
sure,
that being
gets you
said,
paid.
I don't think it's the end-all be-all. I'm not going to argue that point, because I also feel like if I'm not the league MVP, but I'm playing at that level, if I'm not an all-league defender, but I'm playing at that level, that matters too. And I think that you can get recognized for that sort of stuff. But
Chill, I don't mean to nerdify the game, but how many All-NBA first-team selections does it take to be worth like 3 All-Stars? Like, how many All-Star games would you have to be
None.
made?
none. 'Cause
There's no comparison between those two.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
What about third-team All-Pro versus All-Star? Could you make an All-Star team like 4 times and trump 1 third-team All-NBA? Because there are players who've made third-team All-NBA, and it's like a friggin' fluke.
Oh, Jefferson.
Yes.
Well, the reason why I can't say that,
DeAndre
Ben,
Jordan.
he was first
He
team
made
All
first.
Pro, and
He made first.
the reason why I say that it can't equate to your point, even when you're talking about being a third team All Pro, because I've seen guys be All Pro and not make the All-Star team, and that weighed heavier
Pascal
than actually
Siakam.
being that. So
Jefferson.
not just Al Jefferson.
Pascal Siakam.
Why am I drawing a blank on his name? The guard that played for the Miami Heat, Dragon.
Oh, Goran Dragic.
He made the All-Pro team, and he didn't make the All-Star team. DeAndre Jordan made the All-Pro team. He didn't make the All-Star team. Just
One was fan voted, and one was media voted.
just to name a few. And I just don't think that any All-Star amount would trump being an All-Pro. Because I think that because I feel like as an All-Pro, I think that you're the best of the best. As an All-Star, I think you're one of the better players, but as an All-Pro, you are the best of the best.
Yeah. Chill, I'm just with you. I'm with you even more on the whole accolades thing. And I'm going to keep screaming it at the top of the mountain. Accolades absolutely matter, and winning absolutely matters. Now, that doesn't mean if you don't get the accolades or if you don't win, that doesn't mean you're less of a player. But if you get the accolades and if you win or do either or, that makes you more of a player. Much more of a player.
I think
in
winning
my eyes.
matters more than everything, though. I think the winning matters more than everything. But I could also listen to arguments of, guys who maybe won MVP or won these type of accolades and didn't win. But at the same time, like, there's always a criteria, meaning you have to be in that criteria. Like, I hate when people be like, Robert Horry got more championships than Michael Jordan. Is he the GOAT? And I'm like, that's a very silly conversation. Like, it's criteria for everything. So I'm kind of with Ron, but I'm also on the side of winning matters more than everything when you're in that criteria, if that makes sense.
So basically, it's like if you were the best player on a championship team, that counts differently than if you were the 3rd best player, the 8th man, the 9th man.
Of course.
That has to rank into it.
Yeah,
But
of course.
It counts for
But
third man
if
too, though.
Robert Horry
Like,
was the best player on 7 championship teams, we would be talking about him very
Of
differently.
course, but he wasn't. So
hell
that's
yeah.
why he don't get that
Correct.
criteria added on.
But he still gets a boost though, and it's not just for the winning. It's because on all of those teams, for the most part, he contributed heavily. Though a lot of those teams don't win if Robert Horry's not there. Robert Horry,
I mean,
did a lot.
I agree with that, but I mean, just individually, like when you put nobody's gonna put him in a GOAT conversation. I see Drago in the chat, trolling or whatever the fuck he doing. It don't even matter. They're talking about Bill Russell. Like I've already gave my opinion on Bill Russell. I don't understand why people just keep like bringing that shit up. Like I've already gave my opinion on what I think about Bill Russell as a basketball player. So,
I mean, there could
that
be
helps you get your rocks off. Cool, go ahead, beat it till you feel it. But shit, other than that,
I mean, there could be a formula that you can create around this very easily.
Hey, he might as well beat it till he feel it. But other than that, then he just trolling at the end of the day.
All right, I'm gonna beat the next super chat, and I hope
until
you guys feel
it.
The super chat. No, and I hope they feel it. Dre Knows Ball said, "I want the entire panel to walk back the Wemby isn't a top offensive player after missing a few shots versus the Wolves. Check his stats since then. Beat Ant-Man in a rematch, 39 points. Where's football's bald head ass at?"
No.
We're just adding insults.
He's got flaws in his game as an offensive player. Okay, sure. Are we up here saying that? Am I up here saying that? Because I'm not speaking for the rest of you guys, but am I up here saying that Wemby is a top 3 or top 5 offensive player in the game? No, I'm not going that far. No, I'm not. But is he awesome as a bucket getter? Yes. Is he awesome as a jump shooter? Is he great as a finisher around the rim? Yes. But there's other guys who are better than him.
Chill. I saw Mars react to this on X too, as far as like what Alex Caruso was saying. Like I'm on that same boat. Like Wemby's great, but I think he got a couple flaws that he's just gonna fix, just over time. I don't think he's a top 3 offensive player in the NBA. I don't think so. But as far as like the things that he have to improve on, like maybe he could be outside the top 10 right now, but he's still a damn good offensive player. To be real,
Jordan, top 15.
He's clearly the best offensive player on his own team. I just want to clarify that.
He's probably top 15.
The initial debate was top 15, and that's where I was getting pushback from. And I'm just like, I understand it's a very small sample, even though we can go over the whole year. But just even on minutes restriction, he gave Ant-Man 39, was 12 for 23 from the field, 4 for 9 from 3. And I'm like, this is a 7-4 dude doing these type of things.
Didn't that have 55 in that game? He put almost 60 on him.
We're not comparing him to Ant. We're talking about Victor Wembanyama. I never said he outplayed Ant.
The super chat is the dude who brought up the fact that he beat Ant in the rematch.
Well, I mean, he did win the game.
Well, go ahead.
And he had 39.
But then last night he had 33 points in 26 minutes. 7 for 12 from 3. 2 blocks, 2 steals. I'm just like, I think with Wemby, what we're doing now is now we're starting to do that thing where we're stretching into the future and saying, oh, he's going to be this. We think he's going to be this. We're doing this. And we're not even seeing who he is right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, he does have flaws. But so look at his strengths. Look like with Victor Wembanyama, he has to be, when it comes to dominating, it's got to be Jokic, Giannis, and him.
Shea.
When it just comes to no, he's more dominant than Shea. He's
more dominant. Dominant just
all
means
around,
like
all
physical
around
stuff. It's the Shaq.
Not necessarily, Mars. Not necessarily. He has his thumb on the game more than Shea.
So his fadeaways are more dominant than Shea's fadeaways.
I never said fadeaway.
What the fuck did he do that's dominant?
Did you not just hear what I said?
Yeah,
I said he has his thumb on the game more than Shea.
Is it his presence?
He impacts the game in more ways.
Is it his
more than
presence,
Shea.
Ron? Just him being on the floor? Just him being more, is that
so
what
he's
it is?
miles better defensively. So you guys are doing this again.
Okay.
So why is he not just better than Shea?
Look, if y'all want to say
better offensively,
no, we're not saying that
better
you,
defensively.
No, I'm asking
doing?
you. Why is he not just better than Shea, or is he just better than Shea?
I think he has a little bit more.
Ron, I think,
okay.
to be honest with you, Ron, because I'm listening to the tone of your voice and I'm listening to your logic, I think you think that. I just don't think you're ready to go there yet. I do.
All I said is he's more impactful.
Again,
that's all I said.
Once again,
you could be more impactful and not be a better player.
You said he's more dominant, and now more impactful. So you said both.
More dominant, more impactful. Sound like a better
offensively.
player.
Yeah. How? So what? So Shea's better because of what?
I said all around.
So he's a better
Why
player.
is Shea better than him, Ron?
So all around, I'm more dominant and impactful than you, but I'm not better than you. Based on what?
I think kind of. I think
going to
what
be
Ron is saying.
your cop out can be the accolades. Just say that he hasn't accomplished enough.
No.
Yes,
It's-
and
He ain't
that-
been around long enough.
really, it's the scoring though. Really, it's the scoring. That like that's their gap. Shea,
Yeah, that's
like,
the gap, and it's
if-
a small
if
gap.
we-
I get what Ron's saying because it's a small gap, but I feel like Ron's not wrong. I just feel like Wemby right now just has, it's like where you own the best trail, like you right on their trail, like you right there with them, like you know what I mean. Like, and Wemby's right there with Shea. It's just he got to clean up a little bit, just a little bit more for people to say.
Which goes
All
back
right,
to my
he's the
original
best player
logic,
in the world.
Drench, that Ron thinks he better than him. He just ain't ready to say it yet. We ain't there
Yeah,
yet.
I agree.
Not yet, chill though. Not yet. I don't think
he's ready.
because
He ain't
Shea's
ready
so
to say it yet.
impactful as a scorer. He's so impactful as a scorer that is what's the difference between him and Wemby. Because once again, and I think we all can agree on this, scoring is the most
Wemby's more
important thing in
impactful.
basketball.
But you said Wemby's
What?
more impactful.
Wemby is more
Like-
impactful.
As
So
far
then
as
who
the
cares
whole
that Shea's
game,
more
as
impactful
far as
as
the
a
whole
scorer?
game.
I'm telling you what I think. I'm not
Ron,
speaking for the masses. I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah,
I
but
said
I don't-
Wemby
You're
is
talking
a
about
more
the whole
impactful
game?
player.
You're talking about you
Shea's a
as far as the overall
better.
game?
Shea is a better scorer though. Somebody could be
Cool.
more impactful than Michael Jordan. Like you could say LeBron's. So LeBron and Jordan's the perfect argument. LeBron's more impactful in the game. He does more things. His game's more well-rounded.
He's
I'm
better than
taking
Jordan.
because he's the better scorer. I don't think
What-
he's better than Jordan. I think
But
Jordan.
I don't agree that LeBron's more impactful than Jordan.
What if I told you?
Well, I said that I think he is.
What if I
Sure.
told you that Shea actually shot better from 2 than
I don't.
than
Yeah,
Wemby?
I guess.
That doesn't mean anything to you. You got a 7'5" dude. You got a 6'6" dude. 6'6" dude shooting better from 2 than the 7'5" dude. But somehow
shoots better
7'5"
from
dude is
3.
more dominant.
It's
So
also
what
true.
if
On the
what if
season,
I
it's also true.
what if I told you Victor Wembanyama is a better 3-point shooter? How is he a better 3-point shooter than Shea?
He
Some
don't
things
take
just work like
he
that.
don't take more.
I'm pretty sure he does.
No, he don't.
So Ron, it sounds like you ready to. Ron, you sound like you want to marry
They-
her. You just ain't ready to ask her yet.
I'm
We
not
getting there
there.
though.
They both
I'm
they
not
both
there yet.
39.3 versus 40. This is what we're debating here. Who's
what it
more
sound like,
open
Ron.
on their threes?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wemby over his last 20 games is shooting 45% from 3. So
That's probably because he looked.
Wemby's pathway to being maximized offensively is going to include the 3-point shot, whether you guys like it or not. He needs.
No, that's
to,
part of his game, Moss. 100%. That's
he
part of his
needs-
game.
He's a jump shooter. That's what he is.
Yeah, that's
You're
part of
not,
his game.
Bro,
you're not getting
honestly,
Shaq. You're
if
getting
if Wemby is this close to Shea offensively for you, then he's the best player in the game. Period. That,
I mean,
if,
he's right
if
there.
One, if
Like,
one
close
statement
to
is true, then the other statement is true because we've been debating. Shea's better for most of y'all than Jokic defensively, and still it kind of comes down to a debate between those two. So what is a dude with Shea's offense? Pretty much what you're saying is splitting hairs between these two, plus the best defender we've probably ever seen in the NBA. That is the best player in the
offense is
NBA.
splitting hairs though. I don't think.
How far
He's
away,
more
Ron?
impactful and he's more dominant.
How far away is Wemby from SGA?
And Wemby shooting better from 3.
It's a tier.
So it's a gap.
Yeah, it's Shea got him on offense by like a tier.
Okay, so there's a sizable
Shea's
gap.
consistency. Shea's
So we're not
ability. Like
here.
Shea's about to break Wilt's record for the most 20-point games in a row.
Right.
He's led the league in scoring 3 straight years. Or hasn't led the league in scoring, but he's been 30 for 3 straight years, going on 4. Like Shea is a better offensive player. He's a better scorer. He
I
does
agree.
the most
He's a
important
better
thing in the game
passer.
better than Wemby.
Yeah.
But when it comes to once again, when it comes to just overall defensive impact, you could maybe say Shea's a better on-ball defender, or you can say that. But then everything outside of that, it goes to Wemby. Wemby does things on a couple things on offense better than Shea. Like I just think he impacts the game more than Shea does.
What does he do better on offense than Shea? I need to know this.
Shoot the 3 better.
I would say shoots the 3 better. I think he scores in the post better. Offensive rebounding. He's a lob threat. Once again, I think that's valuable. Some of you guys might not think that's valuable. I think that's highly valuable. Hey, the Area 51 is really a thing. If you know what Area 51 is, that's like literally a thing.
Just throw the
now.
ball to the rim and
Like,
I'll go get it.
Yeah, like
just throw the ball to the rim.
I think the separator can be like Wemby probably can do more than Shea on offense, but Shea is just more consistent at what he does. Like you don't necessarily have to be a jack of all trades on offense. Like if Shea can get to the free throw line consistently, like Wemby doesn't do that consistent enough. Shea can consistently get his shot off in the mid range without being bothered by the defense. Wemby doesn't do that enough. Like So yes, Wemby might be a jack of all trades, but Shea has mastered one, and Wemby hasn't mastered one thing. So like that's
And
like,
we getting there, Ron. We ain't there yet, but we getting
that's
there.
just the main thing, though.
Which is why I feel like Ron. Which is why I feel like Ron wants to go there. He just ain't ready to go there yet. He's just not.
Yeah. I don't think not yet, and that's why like Shea. I mean, Wemby has a few things he got to work on. Like one is his balance. Like I feel like if Wemby can stay on balance more, then you'll be able to see him get to the free throw line more. Like it's just hard to call fouls for him. A lot of times, like sometimes they do foul him. I see him like he get fouled, but it's so hard to call that shit because he's just so flimsy and off balance. You don't know what the hell is going on. So I think once he can get to the free throw line a little bit more and, you know, just consistently make his shot, slow his game down, less dribbling, even more less than what he's doing now. I know he's dribbling less than he did last year, but even less, then I think you'll be able to give him that nod, just like Dirk. You know what I mean? Like Dirk got that nod when that shit was just cash, that pick and pop, that pick and post, cash. Like that's the nod we need Wemby on.
So
and then Wemby got the athleticism. Like
so
Wemby, even though he's 7'4",
to the Spurs?
athletic.
So can we apologize to the Spurs? Can those of us who were criticizing the San Antonio Spurs process of development with Victor Wembanyama, having him take jump shots and pull-ups and all that stuff, can we apologize to them and just say like they were right?
They need an apology. No, they wasn't right because they totally changed the way he played from last year. He played nothing like that. Like
he's taking almost as many threes a game right now as Shea. He's hitting more of them. 40%.
Yeah, but how many threes? No. You snuck that last part in. How many threes he took a game last year? You said then Shea. We ain't talking about Shea. We talking about him in comparison to last year.
He took about 9 last year. He's taking about 5 this year.
That's totally different.
That's almost
half.
Yeah,
they're totally different. You can't sneak that last
and they
part
different
in.
shots.
The volume's going up again recently. Nah, I doubt we're gonna get to 9 again, but the volume's going up again recently.
Yeah, but he's also playing fewer minutes. We can't just throw that in there. Like per 100 possessions is 12.8 versus 7.8. He's making more of them, so he's probably just taking better ones. But it was an exploration part of his game, right? He shot better from 2 last year than he did this year. I'll throw that out there. So much for shot selection.
Is he shooting more from 2?
He's shooting slightly more from 2. Yeah. This year he's taking more. He's taking more of his volume. Better?
Or significant?
59% from 2 last year, 56% this year. So it's a 3% decline. But per 36 minutes, if you want to use that, 10.7 attempts versus 14.9 this year. So he's getting closer to the basket. He's just not making as many of his 2-point attempts. I just think what I'm saying is, like, last year, there were no stakes. So what they needed to do was to do what I think you probably do with a lot of the kids that you're training, which is get them to explore their game. Get them to figure out, like, what feels good, what feels right, what can you do I like working off the left block? Do I like going pull up right, pull up left? Just find a place on the court that, and once you get 10, 12 games, like, do you know what I mean? Like you get 10, 12 games of a guy going left on pull-ups and taking 7, 8, 9 high volume in a game, you can figure out like, okay, we can take that shot a little bit more, or that we might need to cut that out. We can refine it. But I think like if you look at Cade and Anthony Edwards, they both had that time to explore their game. We don't often give bigs the same leeway to explore their game as we do with guards. But I think
what do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean with Ant exploring his game? Because Ant exploring his game, shooting all those threes, I don't think he was like experiment with him. I think he just became a really good 3-point shooter. Like I think he was already.
And he had to add that to his game too. He knew that as a
like
guard in the league, I got to add that to my game
because he couldn't do it. Like he added it in the offseason, and then you saw the work. Like he didn't explore mid-season. Like the shit they was doing with Wemby last year, it was like they was kind of exploring mid-season, like what they want him to do, not what he actually could do.
But Drench, to Mars's point, but Drench, to Mars's point, I mean, Wemby with the 3 ball, that's gonna be a part of his game. That's just
I agree.
Just like with Ant Edwards last year, becoming a better 3-point shooter.
Wemby shooting 40% from 3 this year.
Because I'm a 2 guard, this is something that I have to have in my game. Wemby, on the other hand, is this something that I have to have in my game? Because like
not something that he has to have in his game.
But it is going to be a part of his game, though. That's the difference.
Yeah. But he doesn't have to shoot as many as Ant. He doesn't have to shoot as good as Ant. Number one. Like, of course, like Wemby already had touch. Like, that's something that I think he was born with. He had the touch already. We didn't need him to try to experiment and be Steph Curry. Why? Like, his greatest
because I'm
advantage,
adding that to my game, Drench. That's
but
why
you don't have to do that to be. He doesn't have to add that to be dominant. Like what he's doing now, lowering his 3-point attempts. And I know it's getting up and that's probably because he's on a good shooting stretch. But lowering his 3-point attempts and just plugging him where he belongs has done wonders for his game.
Where does he belong, though, Drench?
Inside the paint.
No, that's not the game today, man.
He's 7'5".
Jordan, you are right, and I was with you for a very long time. But Wemby shoots the hell out the ball.
Yeah, man.
You don't have to make him a 10 attempt per game.
No,
okay, 10 attempt, no. 10 attempt, no.
Yeah,
in 26 minutes a game, he's attempting 6.
Huh?
Whoa. In 26 minutes.
What if they would have said that with Dirk?
Okay, in the end,
I'm not trying to compare Wemby to Dirk. I'm just saying.
I'm not. I get what
a
you're saying.
7-footer that can shoot the hell out the ball.
I get what you're saying. In the end, though, a jump shooting big seems to kind of either let your team down a little bit or it fails. Where Dirk get his buckets from was inside that paint.
No, he didn't.
Like he developed consistently inside that paint. Yes, he could shoot the three.
He lived in the mid range when he at the peak of Dirk Nowitzki. He lived in the mid range. He lived there.
Yes, that's what. But we're not talking about a 3-point line. I'm talking about.
But that's what the game is today, though. The reason why the
game is that until it get to the playoffs, until it get to the finals, then it's not that no more. People always say that the game today is 3-pointers. The game is 3-pointers. Then you get into the finals and realize
no.
The game need to make some
no. Well, the game isn't entirely 3-pointers. That's not the point that I'm making. But the game is the 3-pointer. You have
until you get to the playoffs and
even when you're in the playoffs, you got to be able to shoot the long ball. You got to be able to.
You don't have to shoot them at a mass. You don't have to shoot them at a mass rate as 10 to 12 a game. You don't have Wemby.
Wemby was at what, 9?
Wouldn't it make more sense for Wemby to gather his balance and get a little bit stronger? And every time I'm throwing it right to the elbow and Wemby just turn around and shoot and he make that shit. Rather than him just shooting 10, 11 threes a game where he's not going to shoot 50%. He probably going to be 35, whatever. But you got a go-to shot with him in the paint. And he's going to probably get to the free throw line a little bit more rather than just launching threes.
Which is fair. Okay, I could get with that logic, Brown, and I know we got to move on because we got to get to Jimmy Butler, right? I know we got to get to Jimmy Butler. Matter of fact, you know what, Drench? You're right. I can get with that.
All right, fellas.
I mean,
we're going to talk about
that. We can disagree, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I got to be right. I'm just saying I disagree with.
No. Let me rephrase that. Drench, I get your point. Drench, I get your point. I do. I get your point. Yes, I do. I get it.
All right, fellas, we're going to talk about Jimmy Butler.
One more, because Luka keep launching that bullshit too. So do Luka got to shoot that motherfucker too?
He's shooting better.
It's in Luka's best interest to shoot threes.
Really? I guess you're going to have to explain that to me a little bit later on, Mark, because I don't really get how that's in his best interest. But
all right, we'll get back around to it. But Jimmy Butler has officially torn his ACL. We're going to usher this in by way of a super chat from Tupac Westside. Tupac said, I just heard the news about Jimmy B. Absolutely awful. Unless Golden State can make some miracle trade at the deadline, I'd call it a season. Prayers for Jimmy. Thoughts on this, fellas?
Before, so now that Buckets is not out of the lineup, are we right where we were last year at this time with the Golden State Warriors? Do we have the same issue that we had last year where that secondary bucket getter, we don't have it? And we're relying heavily on Steph Curry and we're relying heavily on our defense, which, by the way, isn't what it used to be. And now we're in a space where we don't have a paint presence like we did last year in Looney, a guy who could rebound. We don't have that now. So now we're in a space where we don't have a bucket getter like we did last year. We don't have a paint presence. So where do we go from here?
You go
They
north.
have to get MPJ. They got to figure out a way to get MPJ. I know the Nets said they don't want Jonathan Kuminga, but they're going to have to force them to take Jonathan Kuminga. I don't know. Like, obviously, I know you can't force people, but some way, somehow, you got to make them an offer they can't refuse. You got to get Michael Porter Jr. over to Golden State. In order to salvage, if you got to, in order to salvage the season to some type of respectability, you got to go get MPJ. And I don't know how you do that. I don't know what it looks like, but It's the only.
But Jimmy Butler and
know how
Michael
to do
Porter
it.
Jr. are such different players.
Way
know.
They're
different.
so different.
Well, yeah, it's gonna have to be a different form. You're not gonna find a Jimmy
It's
Butler.
not, yeah, right.
But implementing
Who
a
else?
player who plays so distinctly different from the player that you are attempting to replace is harder for everybody. You'd be
Okay,
much better
or
off
you just- or
trying
you just
to
do
replace
nothing.
him with a player who's similar to him.
Like who?
Who's similar to Jimmy Butler in your opinion?
Like who?
RJ Barrett.
Oh, okay, I see what's going on.
Gotcha.
I see what's going on.
I see what's going on here too, Mo.
Yeah, okay. Never mind.
Activate the bullshit.
Yeah, we don't. Well, I don't think Jimmy Butler's replaceable, but I guess I'm on the short list of people who think Jimmy Butler's still elite. Like, so I don't know. For the Warriors, losing him is a death sentence for your season. Like, that season is done. But like, if I'm being honest, like, I don't really care about what this means for Golden State more so than like Jimmy Butler's 36 and just tore his ACL. Like,
It's over.
yeah, like quite frankly, like, shout out to the Warriors. Yeah, your season's over. Jimmy Butler, like, his career is like in jeopardy. Not in the sense of like he still got guaranteed money next year. I'm not saying that, but like going through a rehab of a torn ACL at this age, going from playing at what, in my opinion, was a top 25 level. I had Jimmy Butler as an all-star for me. Like, I think he was playing at an all-star level this year. And then having to go through this in a knee that's been giving you problems in previous years. You dealt with like torn MCLs, major knee injuries in the past on that same knee. And then having to come back, rehab at this age. He turns 37 this year, I think. Like, I think I've seen something. He's the second oldest player to tear his ACL since Birdman, I think, tore his ACL in like 2018. Like, it's tough. Like, that's kind of where my thoughts are. So
He's owed $57 million next year.
So at least you get to rehab while making $57 million. Like, that's the
well, I mean, like, that's an expiring contract. You cannot waste the final good years of Steph waiting on Jimmy to come back. So Jimmy's now trade fodder. That's how I would look at it. Like, he has to be traded. I understand, like, it's weird to trade guys who are injured, but you know, like, you got to do it.
Isn't it in the collective bargaining agreement that you can't trade guys that are injured? I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if you can do that.
I think you can trade them. I think the other team would have to waive their right to a medical exam or, you know, physical, but you can definitely do it. Guys have been traded. Trae Young was just traded. Brandon Ingram was traded last year. Brandon Ingram was injured. Trae Young was injured.
Was he still injured though?
Yes. I mean,
yeah, you can trade someone injured as long as the injury is disclosed. Like, you can, like, if Jimmy has a torn ACL and the team trading for Jimmy knows he has a torn ACL, they can do that, and he's still going to do a medical to see if there's any other issues. But it's like when you don't disclose certain things, like why the Lakers deal was rescinded. Apparently, there was things on Mark Williams' medical that wasn't disclosed to the Lakers or whatever the case may be. But you can trade injured players if you want to.
Like,
so the Miami Heat are geniuses, right?
Saying. I hear what you're saying, Morris, and I get it, but Jimmy will be back in December.
You said the same shit about Kyrie, and we're in January.
Yeah, but Jimmy and Kyrie ain't the same person. Kyrie taking a little.
Yeah, Jimmy older.
Yeah, Kyrie's younger.
Kyrie's supposed to be back.
And better.
I understand that. Hey,
mid-February,
but I'm saying like he could. Jimmy be back in December, y'all.
But Oxto, it is Jimmy. I mean, let's say Jimmy is who he is, and he's a warrior, no pun intended, all throughout this rehab treatment. And let's say he does get back in December. What does that really mean, though? Because, you know, Mars already highlighted he's 36. This is an ACL injury. What if he comes back just much lesser of a player?
Which he will, by the way.
You could take the injury off the table. He'd still be a lesser version of himself by virtue of the fact that he's 37 instead of 36. Yeah, Name a player who's been better at 37 than 36. Go ahead.
What does that mean for him then?
Get one player. What, you going to say Kevin Durant?
Steph was pretty good at 37. Steph looking better this year than he did last year.
Name a player who's not a great shooter who is better at 37 than 36. There you go. That's impossible because that ain't ever happened.
I mean, I bet on IQ. Jimmy's one of the smartest players in the NBA. So like, I think Jimmy, no matter what, is gonna understand. He knows how to play basketball. So I'm not saying like he's never gonna be good, but like, people were questioning when I said the word elite. I don't know what's not elite about Jimmy Butler. Like, the guy doesn't score 25 points per game, but he undoubtedly makes your team better no matter what. And maybe he doesn't do it in the ways you like, but the fact that He's able to command many possessions as a ball handler and not turn the ball over. The fact that he was floor raising the Golden State bench units in the non-Steph minutes is huge. The fact that they were actually able to win in those minutes, the fact that he's one of the smartest off-ball defenders in the NBA, the fact that he's great in passing lanes, the fact that he's a great offensive rebounder. Like, there's a reason why Jimmy Butler teams are always good. And it's not just because of Jimmy Butler. Obviously, that you build good teams. But the Warriors played at a 56 win pace with Jimmy Butler on the team. When he played, they played at a 56 win pace. That's one of the best teams in the NBA. And we've seen this Warriors team. Outside of Steph, Jimmy, and Draymond, people have had questions about this roster. They play at a 56 win pace when Jimmy plays. He helps winning. He does the things that help winning. We talk about all the time, forcing turnovers is huge because you get out in transition. Guess what Jimmy Butler does? He forces turnovers. Getting second chance opportunities is huge because it stops other teams from being able to get out in transition and you're getting extra shots. Guess what Jimmy Butler does for a wing? One of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. Like, Jimmy Butler does the things that impact winning, but because he's not averaging 25 and he averages 19, it's like, I guess. Jimmy Butler gets the free throw line too much. Since when is getting to the free throw line shooting 88% a bad thing? I don't know. Normally, if you get 7 opportunities at the free throw line a game and you're shooting 85%, that helps your offense, especially a Golden State team that was struggling to get to the free throw line because they had no one who could put pressure on the rim and draw fouls the way Jimmy Butler can. Like, I don't know.
And he was doing that.
Maybe I'm going to be a good basketball player. Like, he'll come back and still be a good basketball player.
And I think that's what the divide is, Miles, because he still is a good basketball player, but I don't think that's the issue. The issue was him getting more points. I don't think that anybody was questioning whether or not Jimmy Butler could get in the paint. Jimmy Butler was smart enough to make reads to get guys open shots. I don't think that was the issue. I think the issue was getting Jimmy Butler with that group. He was going to be the one to supplement what Steph Curry wasn't doing as a bucket getter. And the 26, 27 that Steph Curry was bringing them, they needed more than 18, 19 a game from Jimmy Butler. That was the idea.
Why
Mars, what pace did you say the Warriors were with Jimmy Butler?
56 wins.
I can tell you a player that his team is 57. They're on pace for 57 games.
Congratulations. Yes. For reference,
57 wins pace.
And this is where, like, you don't need to supplement things in, like, it doesn't matter if Jimmy's scoring 26 if the lineups are winning when Jimmy Butler's on the floor.
I don't think 26 is the number that I was looking for.
Yeah, no. But like arbitrary, like it doesn't
sure.
Jimmy Butler doesn't need to supplement the impact with scoring as long as the impact is there. Like, it doesn't need to come in that way as long as the lineups are winning. Why does it have to come through Jimmy scoring if it comes through Jimmy generating second chances, creating shots for his teammates, getting to the paint, generating fouls? Jimmy Butler, since he's joined the Warriors, has played 990 minutes without Steph in the regular season. They have a +10 net rating in those minutes.
Yep.
They're winning the minutes. Like, why does it matter if he's not scoring 50 million points? Like, they're winning, they're dominating when Jimmy plays without Steph. That's all that matters. And you want to win the non-Steph minutes. You don't need to do it because Jimmy's scoring 30. You need to win the minutes at all costs. And that's what they did.
So if that's the case, then Miles, why are they at the bottom of the playoff race then? What's the problem?
Because the team sucks. The team sucks. And Jimmy's also not the most available.
They've been really good over the last few weeks.
But when Jimmy plays, they're good. Jimmy this season, they're 23-15 when Jimmy plays this year. They were 23-7 when Jimmy played last year. In the they had a winning record with him in the lineup. I'm not going to argue that. They've been picking it up recently. I think they're 6-1 in their last 7 games or something. They've been finding a rhythm. Jimmy Butler's been playing really well. Like, the team is fine when their big three plays. The team is fine. Like, there's a lot of the team. The team is fine. The rest of the roster sucks.
Yes,
but actually, no, I can't say the rest of the roster. DeAnthony Melton been having a really good season coming back from his torn ACL. Yeah. Want to give him flowers. DeAnthony Melton's been good for them. Moses Moody in recent games have been making 3. So guys have been stepping up. But Jimmy Butler is like, when he was there, the team was great. I don't know.
So with Jimmy Butler, and I can appreciate your logic on, and I know we got to move on, Ron, but Miles, I can appreciate your logic on Jimmy Butler being impactful on winning. Okay, so number one, he's not out there nearly as much. So because he's not out there nearly as much, that means that those other guys, because the roster is, in question, those guys got to do more, which now makes them even more deficient. All right. So because Jimmy's not out there, add that to the fact that these guys are older. So with them being so I got an older roster, and my guys who impact winning the most aren't available. I mean, that's a recipe for disaster.
He only missed 6 games. He only missed 6 games this year to put out there. So it's not like he wasn't the most unavailable. He only missed 6 games this year. They were 23-15 with him, which I think is a fine record. I'm assuming 23-15 would have you in and around the 5, 6, 7, 8 race. Right now, they're a game out of Phoenix. Like, they're really close to the 5 seed now. Right now. Yeah, right now they're a few games back of Houston, who are 5th. Like they're a few games back of Minnesota, who are 4th. Like they're not that far out the race. It's just playing just sounds end of the world. But like realistically, like in a pre-playing world, they're comfortably the 8th seed right now. They're 3 games up on Portland. So it's like the playing makes it seem like there's more jeopardy, but in reality, they're in the group of 4 through 8 in the West, which is probably where most people had them. San Antonio is the surprise
that's
team.
Done, Mars. That's just done.
Yeah, I agree. Now I think their season is cooked. But like people preseason would have had OKC and Denver as the top 2 in the West, and that 3rd spot probably would have been Houston, which means 4 through 8 was going to be some assortment of Minnesota, the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Warriors. Right now, the Clippers are a bit further down, and the Spurs have catapulted up, but the Warriors are about where people expected them to be, 4 through 8, with Jimmy Butler in the lineup. They were a good team. And once again, even going back to last year, if you want to say it's a Jimmy and Draymond thing, 500 minutes with Jimmy on the floor without Steph or Draymond, a plus 11 net rating. Jimmy Butler was able to floor raise Warriors lineups because of the way he impacted the game. But because it wasn't, if Jimmy Butler did the same things he did, but instead of it being like 19, 5 and 5, it was 24, 5 and 5, doing the exact same thing, the exact same metrics, everyone be like, oh my God, Jimmy Butler superstar. But because he doesn't score 19 points, it's a problem. Jimmy Butler is one of the most impactful players in the league. That's the moral of the story.
What does this mean? What does this mean for Jonathan Kuminga?
So Kuminga, weirdly enough,
that's what it means.
Like,
he's gonna be playing.
Like he's, there's this whole thing that's been made of
This
like
is bullshit,
Kuminga and Butler can't play together.
Now you need me.
You know what's funny?
That's how rosters work.
The same player that I was when I was on the bench.
That's how depth charts work. Next man up. I'm not gonna.
I wasn't playing at all though, Ox. It's not like I was playing a little bit of minutes.
Back then they didn't want me.
Yeah, I know y'all not being serious right now.
I'm being dead
back
serious.
Then they didn't want
I wasn't
me.
playing at all.
That's how it works. That's how it works. These dudes play. These dudes don't play. But you the better of these dudes that don't play. So when this dude that play go out, it's your turn. Now come play basketball.
Hey, Ox, I think we missing one of the biggest part of this.
Jonathan Kuminga don't got time to be no crybaby. What'd you say?
Well, for all accounts,
I said, how the fuck did the NBA let Jimmy Butler get away with that headband last night? That's the real thing.
You don't like that D-Lo headband? You don't like that? Or
well, you can't wear that in the NBA. When they start letting you do that?
A-Lo? What is it, A-Lo or D-Lo? Something like
yeah,
that?
ain't no way in hell you supposed to let him wear no shit like that.
What's wrong with that headband? What's wrong with it?
It's your headband's supposed to say NBA. You motherfuckers wearing Louis Vuitton headbands next
you just get fined, right? He just got to pay his fine.
Your ass get fined, and think if you keep playing, boy, they fucking suspend your ass. Boy, that's a brand risk. You can't even have those type of tattoos on you.
Man, just pay that fee. Just pay that fee.
I did not know that.
You can't even have. They used to make people cover up Louis Vuitton. J.R. Smith had to cover up a lot of his tattoos because of that. You can't. They tried to make LaMelo cover up his shit, and his shit is his middle name. I think that's his middle name, LaFrance, or some shit like that.
But either way, though, I mean, Jonathan Kuminga got to be ready to play basketball. You got to stay ready. Yeah, you just got to play
basketball, Ron. We have
Kuminga has not been good without Butler. Is what I'm trying to say here.
Right, he hasn't been good. He hasn't been good.
That he can't play with Butler. But there's a narrative that he can't play with Butler, and that's why they have to choose between the two. I'm saying he's actually been significantly better with Butler than without Butler. In the limited minutes they've played together, Kuminga's actually been decent with Butler. The problem is Podziemski's even better. So it's always kind of come down to this thing where it's like, if you're Steve Kerr and you're choosing, someone got background noise. Heavy.
That's Jordan. Turn your mic down
again.
Jordan.
I told you.
If you're having to choose like your motion offense, your principles, then obviously you're prioritizing Steph, Draymond, and Jimmy. And then for that lineup, it's Podziemski, it's Moody, it's these guys, it's Buddy Hield or whoever. They prioritize over Kuminga. A lot of people are probably thinking, okay, well, Jimmy's out. Now you could just use the guy who couldn't play with Jimmy. But that's, I think, a misnomer. Kuminga could play with Jimmy. It's just other guys played better.
Yeah, maybe so. But he's going to have to be able to play without Jimmy.
He can't.
Improve. Okay, well, he's gonna have to prove that he's an NBA player and that he's worthy of minutes. What I'm gonna be upset with is when people start this narrative like the Golden State Warriors owe Jonathan Kuminga something. They're already paying him. So that's what they owe him. They owe him his salary, and he's getting that. So now it's like you're on the roster. Jimmy Butler's down. Jonathan Kuminga, can you play basketball?
I've always been.
And he's gonna be playing. Like, he's gonna be playing. There's no doubt about that. But,
Hey, Mars.
Well, that's what it is.
Yes,
right
I can play basketball somewhere else. Trade me.
I mean, he probably still wants to leave, but
Sacramento wants him.
He probably still wants to leave, but whether or not he wants to leave or not isn't going to change that. I'm pretty sure in Golden State's next game, Jonathan Kuminga will be playing, whether or not he wants to leave or not. And maybe by the deadline they do still move him. Like, I'm not saying they're not going to move him, but at the end of the day, until he gets moved, Jonathan Kuminga will be in the Warriors rotation. There's no doubt in my mind about that because they need someone who can score, create, all of that stuff. And do I think Jonathan Kuminga is great at it? No, that's why I think the Warriors are going to get worse. But like, I don't think there's anyone in the league who is feasible for the Warriors to get who replaces Jimmy Butler's impact. Also, for reference, Jimmy Butler's scoring actually does go up without Steph. Per 75, he actually does average 25. So I actually don't understand what the problem is because he even does the 25 thing. So I don't know what people are complaining about. And Steph's scoring goes down when Jimmy Butler's not playing because Jimmy Butler just makes life easier for everyone around him because he's one of the best players in the world.
My last thing about that Jonathan Kuminga situation is this. If Jonathan Kuminga is the type of player who's all butthurt and got it all in his feelings and like, oh, well, I don't want to play now because y'all set me on the bench, then yes, get his ass up out of there. That's the shit that Draymond Jimmy was talking about. If you're gonna be a crybaby because you wasn't playing over Jimmy Butler and now Jimmy Butler's hurt and now you don't and now that's exactly what it is. It's a grown ass man.
Right.
If all of us if now
teams don't screw guys up.
If you don't
Teams
okay, well stop acting like these prima donnas is acting like they. But that's what it is. Do your damn job. Do your job. Okay, well if you maybe he just wasn't as good as you thought he was, Chill. And if you're gonna be a crybaby about it and you can't play now because since Jimmy's hurt, now all of a sudden y'all want me, well then you get your ass out of here then. Damn, I'll be tired of this crybaby shit with these grown ass men.
But I feel like we're projecting because I heard Draymond spoke on his podcast. I seen the clip, and he said Jonathan Kuminga's been handling like the DMPs and stuff very professionally, and that Brandon Pajemski came to the bench one day after getting like subbed out, and Brandon Pajemski, terrible like social awareness. Complaining on the bench to Jonathan Kuminga about getting subbed out, the guy who's getting DMPs. And Jonathan Kuminga's the one sitting there telling him, like, don't worry about it. You're going to get your opportunity. You're going to get back in the game, blah, blah, blah. So from any account I've heard firsthand from the Warriors, Jonathan Kuminga has been handling this very professionally. And I'm pretty sure when he does inevitably get his opportunity now that Jimmy Butler's out, he's going to go in and play and he's going to give effort. He's going to play to the best of his ability. Now, do I think he's the greatest player ever? No. But the idea that Jonathan Kuminga is just going to be there pouting because he's been getting DMPs when most accounts are saying he's doing the exact opposite during the DMPs, why would he then waste his opportunity to actually play to try prove a point? That doesn't help anyone. That doesn't help him.
And Mars, I want to be clear. I want to be clear that I didn't say that's what he was going to do. Yeah. I was saying he needs to be ready to play. Chill said, well, they ruined blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, if that's the case, then get his ass up out of here. Simple.
Okay. That should have been. This is a great, like, we have 6 people who know basketball up here. This would be a great opportunity to actually talk about debatable. Who actually know basketball. It would be a great opportunity without all the nonsense and extracurriculars to talk about Jonathan Kuminga and the Warriors and just talk about why he doesn't play. And without getting into the slanderous, this is who he's supposed to be. He needs to pout or he needs to man up or whatever. From all accounts, is a very hardworking young man. He works insanely hard in the off season. He has developed his game to the best of his ability. But I think there's a system clash here. Everybody ain't for everybody. Let's put it that way. Everybody doesn't fit into every single style. And Steve Kerr's style does not necessarily fit Jonathan Kuminga. I'm not sure anyone has ever watched Jonathan Kuminga and said that's a 0.5 basketball player. No, that ain't a 0.5 basketball player. I watched Brandon Pajemski at Santa Clara and I said that's a 0.5 basketball player. I watched Jonathan Kuminga and I said that is a throwback swingman from like the mid 90s, early 2000s. That's his style. That's who he grew up modeling his game after. That's how he wants to play. And you can't just ask a Bentley to be a Porsche. and you can't ask a Porsche to be a Ram. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work that way. So at this point, you could say it's his job to fit in, whatever. Maybe my skill set does not adapt to that. I need to hold the ball a little bit. I need to massage it. When we watched Carmelo Anthony try to adjust to the triangle, it did not work. Okay? And it's not just, it's always like this blame game that we play with, like, oh, it's this guy's fault. It's that guy's fault. And some people are villainizing Steve Kerr. I'm sorry. Steve Kerr is very, very on the record and proven about what he wants. And he's right. His style of basketball has penetrated every level of basketball across the world. People have adopted it because it works. Pitch ahead passes, 0.5 basketball, off-ball movement. Not Jonathan Kuminga's strong suit. Not Precious Achiuwa's strong suit. So go find a player who fits what you want to do. And I know y'all think I'm trolling, but RJ Barrett absolutely fits what they want to do because he's adapted to it. Sandro Mamakashvili, these guys.
I'm stepping in because we got to move on, but I'm saying I agree with you as well.
Sure.
You guys know that Jonathan Kuminga doesn't fit your system. You just gave him 2.5 years of hell, yanking him in and out of the lineup. Can we stop with the merry-go-round bullshit? Move the kid somewhere where he fits better. And
they might need him now.
You're right.
Sacramento fits him perfectly.
You're right. It is next man up. But come on, can we please stop blowing this
stuff? They definitely need it. Unless they can get something back, like they're gonna need Jonathan Kuminga to keep them afloat. And Jonathan Kuminga is gonna get to play Jonathan Kuminga basketball in the non-Steph minutes. That's gonna happen. They're gonna run the offense through him because that's what they do when Jonathan Kuminga is out there without Steph and especially without Jimmy. The offense starts running through Jonathan Kuminga, isolations, getting downhill, drawing fouls. Like that's because he's the only one on that team who can consistently get downhill and create. For himself now, for others, but for himself. So we're actually going to see it. Don't be surprised if we start seeing the Jonathan Kuminga 24 points on 9 for 16, and then it's going to be like, oh, see, this is Jonathan Kuminga that should have been playing all along. Well, no, they're running the offense through him when Steph's not out there. It's the Steph and Jonathan Kuminga thing that clashes, in my opinion, because it's hard to program someone to go from being a scorer to, hey, be ready to set screens when this guy comes running around at 100 miles an hour. You're not setting screens to get yourself open. You're setting screens to get him open. Everything is about getting this guy open at all times. Like, it's hard to wire someone's brain that way. And, like, not many people fit in. Kelly Oubre did not fit in the Warrior system. He's probably the worst wing I've seen in the Warrior system. I don't think he's a terrible player, but that just didn't fit for him. I don't think it fits for Jonathan Kuminga, but he's going to have a lot of minutes now without Steph. A lot of them. I think he's going to do fine in those minutes.
Some players got pre-processing problems.
That's a fact. But us as basketball fans and football fans, soccer fans, whatever we're watching, we can't always like put that feelings onto ourselves though. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't make it about what we want and how we see things. Like a lot of us, it's the thing with humans where we just want to feel needed all the time. We just want to feel needed. Like Jonathan Kuminga at the time.
Ox, what am I doing on this team, Ox? Why am I here?
You playing your role, and you waiting for somebody to go out. Jimmy going out.
What's Guy Santos doing on the team?
So that's what I'm saying. Like you got everybody has a role to play. It's next man up. If you're not, once again, I'm not saying that Jonathan Kuminga is causing a rift. I'm saying that we can't internalize these things and project them onto these players. If I might not need my Toyota Corolla because I'm gonna drive my Beamer. That Beamer break down. I gotta drive my Toyota Corolla now. And that's all it is. That ain't a knock to the Toyota, but that's just what it is. Sit back until it's your turn, stay ready to play ball, and go from there.
Or imagine
Ox, if I'm a Toyota Corolla, trade me.
I was about to say that, you just took the words right out of my mouth.
Because I could be a Benz to somebody. Hey, I could be a Benz to somebody. Let me go be a Benz.
29 other teams in the league. Why do I have to stay here for this?
Because you got drafted there.
Okay, so I should have to stay here for the
rest. You signed the contract.
Here I am a Benz, and y'all trying to make me a Corolla.
Why we have to the biggest? That's how it works. You got drafted there and you're under contract there. So that means until they don't deem you necessary, you are on that team.
I mean, at the same time, I kind of agree with Ox, but I also agree.
What's that?
What it look like, Ron?
Oh boy, you roll one
smoke it all. Hey man, pass that, man.
Boy, got Cowboy Bob in the building.
Touch a little bit of that. Oh, you disappointed.
But anyways,
you don't mess around.
I agree to an extent. I I also think Steve Kerr got to adapt. Like, it's not just one way to coach. And I was saying that about what's the coach in Denver? Adelman. I was saying that about Adelman. With Jokic being out, he's adapted a little bit differently. And that's why I was saying, like, when Jokic comes back, I don't want to see y'all run the same shit when Jokic is on the bench, or y'all play the same style when Jokic is on the bench, and then you worry about, well, our non-Jokic minutes. Like, that shit to me is stupid. I don't give a fuck about no non-Jokic minutes if you can't adapt. Like, everybody can't play like Jokic. You can't have Valanciunas coming in running the same shit as Jokic. You can't do that. So as far as Steve Kerr, I do think he need to adapt a little bit and maybe stagger some of Steph and Kuminga's minutes, or Steph and Draymond's minutes. But when you have a lineup without Steph, they need to have something else. Like, they need to have a different brand of basketball that they play. And I think that can help them out a little bit more, rather than just accepting the fact that this dude can't pre-process, because their offense is a lot of pre-processing. That's not the best thing that Jonathan Kuminga does. So just accept that and stop trying to force Jonathan Kuminga into that. And then now you upset that he's not that. Like,
he
I
might
think
be one of the 50 worst players at it. The pre-processing thing you're bringing up, he might be one of the 50 worst players in the league at it. So it's a really bad system fit. And it feels like we've watched this many times in a league where a general manager falls in love with a player, or organization falls in love with a player, and the coach is just like, I don't like that player. I'm not playing that player because my star player does not play well with that player. Steph needs not Jonathan Kuminga. And if you have to choose between 37-year-old Steph and I don't care what age Jonathan Kuminga, you picking Steph every time.
And and also Penn to kind of piggyback on that, GMs fall in love with just the power of, I drafted this guy. I want this guy to work out. Like, I want this guy to work out. And sometimes coaches fall in love with, he not doing what we do. And it's like, I understand that. Like, in order to have a championship team, everybody has to be on one accord. But at the same time, as a coach, you got to adapt. Like, if a guy's going to be on the team and he's going to be a pivotal part of this team, because now you got to use him, you got to be able to adapt to what he does and just accept it sometimes. And then you just got to find ways to be creative with it. I don't understand coaches that don't do that.
They assumed he'd be a lot more moldable than he's proven to be. I think they probably thought we could teach him how to play Warriors basketball. A lot of teams will draft a guy who's never played their system and then thought we can just adapt anybody to play that way.
No.
And with Jonathan Kuminga and James Wiseman, it just didn't work because of what you're talking about, the pre-processing, decision-making, the speed of decisions that this offense requires you to make requires insanely high basketball IQ. If you don't have insanely high basketball IQ, it requires an insane amount of personal accountability and adaptability, which means you have to understand, I don't know this, I have to learn it. There's, I think, people in these guys' circles who are telling them, nah, bro, they should adapt to you. And that's the problem.
I mean, it's a problem both ways, because Jonathan Kuminga ain't doing it either. So it's a problem both ways. I'm not just going to blame it all on the coach. It's Jonathan Kuminga too. Like, bro, you got to humble yourself a little bit. Players like Jonathan Kuminga don't understand the power of the swing. And I know that's one thing that Kerr really preaches. So it ain't all pre-processing. It's just Jonathan Kuminga does think he's better than what he is. And so certain little shit.
Maybe he is. Maybe it's just not in this system right here. That's
he's not better. He thought he should be paid.
Maybe it's the system that he is. Then, because you guys just brought up the GOAT. Penn just brought up I know we got to move on, Ron. Penn just brought up the Golden State Warriors system, which is a very complex system. A lot of ball movement, a lot of action, a lot of stuff that you have to your point, pre-process. Where does Jonathan Kuminga come from? He comes from a place where they don't have a lot of direction in that. What was that?
Ignite?
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of direction in that. Same thing with James Wiseman. James Wiseman plays 3 games at Memphis?
Yeah, he was a high school player.
Right. He goes from high school to playing 3 games at Memphis. Super dope athlete. Same thing with Jonathan Kuminga. Super dope athlete. Not a lot of structure. Right. Not a lot of stability. Goes to the Golden State Warriors, where I have to pick this up right now. I don't have 3-4 years. I got to pick this up.
They gave him time, Joe. They gave him time.
Fellas, we got to move on. I've been trying to move on for the last 5 minutes. Yes, all right, we're about to get into this. Jason Tatum went through a full workout with the Celtics shoot around. We're not going to talk too much about it. I just want to show you guys the video for those who haven't seen it, and just to see what JT is looking like right here, right now. I don't know.
We can hear the sound, don't worry.
I thought we already seen him go through a bunch of workouts.
This is new, Jordan. This just happened yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I've been working out every day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said we've been seeing him work out.
Is that game speed? That's just working out. Is that game speed?
No, it ain't no game speed. Hell
That's
no.
what I'm talking about. That's what I'm thinking about, Jordan.
He tore his left Achilles, or was it his right? Is his left or his
I
right?
think it was his left.
I think it was.
He
I
kind of
wanted to
favors it
say
when he
right,
walked.
I
If
don't know.
Ron was to go back to the video, he kind of favors it when he walked. By the way, I don't know if y'all noticed that. If it's his left, it don't even have to be his left. Sometimes when one strengthens, the other
It
weakens.
was his
So,
right. Yeah, I wasn't wrong. I knew it was his right.
yeah. Well, sometimes when one strengthens, the other weakens, but he's favoring something on his left side. I wouldn't come back if I was Jason Tatum, though. I just would not come back. Like
8 months.
I'm gonna just give.
That's how long it's been. 8 months.
Yeah, I'm taking a full year, like because you have so many
on
other
the court for 8 months ain't a surprise.
Like,
One more time,
I'm
Mike.
glad he's playing basketball, but I don't want him to come back because I could see like other injuries start to happen because you
Compensation injuries.
and that's what I think. Like he walks like he favors his left for some reason, and I could just be making
I mean, you gotta remember like
observation.
muscles are gonna atrophy because like when you tear like an Achilles or whatever, like you're not walking, you're not doing anything with that leg for a few months.
Yeah.
So like your muscles gonna atrophy and you're gonna be overloading one other side. So you have to develop the strength back into that leg to equal it out. I think Kevin Durant spoke about that. He had to learn how to shoot step backs again because his leg was just weaker, and you have to start adjusting to that. And if you try to play like games too soon on that, you're gonna overcompensate because you're trying to bear the loads elsewhere because your Achilles physically isn't strong enough to do it. It's not just Achilles. That will apply to a bunch of different muscles and tendons.
Yeah.
So,
And
like,
your
you
other
have to the load has to apply somewhere. Yeah, like
Yo,
your
fellas,
like it's gonna lead to a bunch of other issues if you're not.
Ron,
I'm about to jump back in here though, Ox, because we just got to continue to move on. I want to put this on the screen. You guys can come back to it, or if somebody wants to send a super chat, we'll follow Jason Tatum and we'll see exactly what he does this season. I want to make sure that we talk about NBA Rivals Week, though. These are some of the games that are being played this week. You got the Spurs versus the Rockets later today. You got the Lakers versus the Nuggets later today, too. Tomorrow, you have the Cavs and the Hornets. Questionable.
That's a rivalry?
You have the Thunder and the Bucks. And then on Thursday, you have the Warriors versus the Mavs, the Lakers versus the Clippers. Friday, we have the Rockets versus the Pistons, and we have the Nuggets versus the Bucks. And then last but not least, Saturday, January 24th, the Knicks versus the 76ers, Warriors versus the Wolves, and the Lakers versus the Mavs. Thoughts on these games, y'all?
They suck.
Lakers and the Nuggets is not a rivalry, so let's start there.
I don't.
With Anthony Davis out, is
Rivals
Lakers
week
versus-
means absolutely nothing to me. These are just regular season games to me. So
yeah, Cleveland and
Bucks
Charlotte
versus-
is not a rivalry.
Bucks
respect the
versus
Bull Brothers.
OKC.
Respect the Bull
Why
Brothers.
is Bucks versus OKC a rivalry? Because the
in-season
NBA
tournament
Cup.
final last year. Yeah, the in-season tournament final last
Who
year.
cares?
I could get with that.
Totally different team.
Yeah, but they
Dame
gotta
ain't
make
playing.
something. They gotta call something the rivalry. Like people say, all the time rivalries are dead in the NBA. What rivals do you expect them to pick out? Like you say, there's no rivalries. They have to pick something if they're gonna have a rivals week. There's not many rivalries in the league. That's what people have been complaining about for 25 years. Hyperbolic.
Well, if Jokic was playing, then Denver versus OKC could be a rivalry. Denver versus Minnesota could be a rivalry for sure, given how many times they've gone back at each other in the playoffs. I think you could do like individual players are better rivals than teams. So Luka versus Devin Booker, there is history there. Wemby versus Chet, there is history there. Not if Chet, not
Jalen Green versus Cade. There's history there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's a reason why the NBA made it these games. I'm not sure what that reason is, but I'm sure they're on top of things.
I just know the Cavs and Hornets because of the Bull Brothers. That's all I know.
Yeah. I was figuring that's why the Rockets in Detroit, maybe because the brothers too.
That makes sense.
That would make sense. So it's like it is what it is. Like once again, for me, this means I don't know. Maybe this is a bigger deal for you Americans, but for me, these are just more regular season games. I don't.
Yeah.
It just means
I'm not really
nothing
tripping
for
like
me.
that.
Oh, the condescension on the word Americans.
You Americans.
Said it like a slur.
I'm telling you, I told you Ben Mars sucks. He's awful.
Drench, what I was going to say a minute ago about that Jason Tatum thing. I'm not sure if he's coming back, but if Jason Tatum does come back, we know why.
Kobe.
Because you don't want to see Jaylen Brown win a chip without him. Yeah.
Light skinned niggas hate to see dark skinned brothers doing good by themselves. Well, I'll tell you what.
Oh, here we go.
All right, man. You on mute, Drench.
Can't hear you, Drench. You on mute, brother. Your microphone is muted, Drenchy. Yeah.
This is my favorite part of the show. He's muted on StreamYard. He doesn't know. Yeah, he's muted on StreamYard.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Oh, nah.
can't hear you, Drenchy.
You muted yourself. We're about to
I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I'm back now, Mars.
There you go.
Now
there
what?
You go.
But anyways,
for me to take my headphones out. Yeah, we good.
I was asking Mars, was he American anyway?
Does he sound
American? I'm whatever people think I am.
Yeah, I heard he was from Alabama. So shit, Alabama and America.
Whatever people think I am, that's what I am.
Do they give you a hard time when you come to customs?
No comment.
All right, Mars. All right,
let's get to it. We got some super chats.
All right, Mario.
We'll go with this one from Smooth Criminal 8108. Mars, rare L. It's not about fan votes. It's about the gimmicks around NBA All-Star Game. Team LeBron versus Durant. 3 teams of 8, Shaq, Kenny, Charles. Go back to East versus West. Shame players if they don't play hard.
Every All-Star game. Every All-Star game for the last 5 years, I've been listening. Oh, these guys aren't playing hard. That's all that people talk about. National TV, podcasts, NBA player podcasts, and yet they're still not playing hard. So yeah, that shame thing is really working for you, isn't it?
Nope.
But yeah, I guess I want my
shame does work for in a social context. In a social context, I mean, you gotta realize these players, they play in front of millions of people. It's literally I know people kind of gloss over it, but in an average poll, the average person is more afraid of public speaking than death. You realize what I'm saying? Like the average person, yes.
It's easy to say that until there's a gun pointed at your head. I guarantee they start talking.
That's just false.
Yeah, it's easy to say that when you're not actually.
It is actually public. No, I'm sorry, Ox. This is a poll. It's very widely publicized that the average person is very afraid of public speaking. So social ridicule is one of our ancestral, in our ancestral brains. Social ridicule is a very big deal. Is a very big deal to people. People do not want to be criticized. People do not want to be ostracized. People do not want to be vilified and all that stuff. So shame is very powerful. It's very powerful.
All right. Well, raise your hand if you'd rather die than speak in front of people.
Yeah, people aren't going to confess to that in that context. But yes, this is very, very publicly stated that public speaking is, a lot of people listed public speaking as their biggest fear, which kind of makes us heroes if you think about it.
Publicly?
No. Penn is telling the fact, like, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
people are afraid to speak
is definitely documented, but it's easy to say. It's
but why is it the biggest fear?
Would you do this crazy thing? And then everyone says no. But if they really saw the $1 billion, they'd be the first ones doing those things. It's the same thing with the public speaking thing. Oh yeah, no, I'd rather die, and then you actually get faced with death. Guarantee they have a whole lecture planned. Like that's
sure.
What it is.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but the point here is that people are very afraid of being shamed publicly, and so if there was a social construct in which people looked at people who didn't play hard in the All-Star game and then started booing them, like that's kind of what I'm saying. Like you can't really be trusting these fans with whatever they want because the fans want gimmicks, and the NBA thinks the fans want gimmicks, and they keep giving them gimmicks.
Well, these fans are also the ones who are complaining about these same guys not playing hard every year, yet they're always the ones getting the most votes. So it's like,
by the way, you keep voting for them.
Ah, man, why are Jokic and Luka not playing hard? Oh, damn, 1 and 2 in fan voting.
Meanwhile, you bringing them back.
Clearly, there's no actual consequence. Like,
I don't think the correlation is there too, though. I also think people just vote for All-Star voting just because that's just what you've been doing over tradition. I don't think they put too much thought into it when they voting. Like, should I vote for Luka? His ass ain't play hard last time. I ain't voting for Luka. I think people just like bragging rights. Like, Luka's my favorite player. The people that do vote, Luka's my favorite player, so I'm voting for him. Jokic is my favorite player, so I'm voting for him. I don't think they think that deep into it. But public speaking is definitely hard as hell for a lot of people, and most people prefer not to do it. That's why it's so easy to just speak your mind, and then people would rather disagree with you than state their opinion. By the way, so
I mean, it's easy to tell someone why they're wrong, instead of trying to say why you're right. It's easy to just say, "Oh, you're wrong," and then you ask them, "Oh, what's the right answer?" Oh, I don't know.
Or if you ask them why, they'll come up with some bullshit like, "Oh, because I just feel like you said this," and it's like, "Yeah, motherfucker, you just don't really."
That's why people's opinions don't really mean that much to me. But like for other people,
I agree. Don't mean that much.
People care about other people's opinions, so it's like whatever, I guess. But these NBA players still ain't playing hard, and they've been getting quote unquote ridiculed for the best part of half a decade, and they're still not playing hard in the All-Star game. So the quote unquote ridicule is clearly not doing nothing.
When did this start? Because like you might want to look at leadership across players, because I feel like the best players set the tone for everybody else. LeBron, Michael.
It started Penn when the money got astronomical. There was no more incentive to be.
What was the incentive for Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant to play super hard? They didn't have crazy shoe deals. They didn't have a lot of money.
Actually, not just the money. It was also social media. So I'm a brand before I'm actually a ball player. And you being able to stand on you being a ball player is now a big deal, because now you have to show everybody, as opposed to before where your game, my game was what determined what I was. Now it's shoe deals and clothing and the amount of money that I make. That's what I stand on. And when you're talking about the NBA, if I get my ass kicked by Jaylen Brown, if I get my ass kicked by Anthony Davis, it's going to be on social media, and I'm going to have to explain myself, and I'm really not prepared to do that. So I'd much rather just go through the motion.
We have so many of the best players in the league right now that do not play defense. According to a lot of us up here, we don't think Trae Young plays defense. We don't think some of us think Jalen Brunson don't play defense. Some of us think Tyrese Maxey don't play defense. We know a lot of people say Jokic doesn't play defense. So my question is, when's the last time that the best players in the league were this defensively challenged?
Last night was Jaylen Brown. He actually took the assignment against Cade Cunningham.
I mean, no, I don't know. I think two-way emphasis was probably a bigger deal back then. I also think the
Magic wasn't a great defender, but he played hard on defense. He tried.
Yes.
He tried.
Yes. Yeah, sure. I think the reason, and everyone attributes it to whatever leadership and all that stuff you said, once teams started shooting a million threes, that's when the All-Star game became a joke. And there's not much you can do about that. Once analytics took over the NBA and they realized three was worth more than these mid-range jumpers. You go back and watch old All-Star games. The reason why it looks so much different is because everyone's within like 21 feet of the basket. So like you're gonna have one guy on the low block, you're gonna have one other guy in the corner, and then everyone else is going to be running around within the confines of the three-point line. So not only are the defenders closer together, the offensive players are closer together, which means when someone's right next to you when you go up for a layup, it's more likely to get challenged. Now in the All-Star game, you got Dame and Steph pulling up from half court. The other bigs are running to the three-point line. Everything is spaced out. So like, and no one's going to be making hard rotations from the wing to the paint. No one's going to do that, but that wasn't a thing you had to do back in the All-Star games 25 years ago because no one was shooting that many threes. So now we got All-Star games shooting 25 million threes. Yeah, the court is going to be that spread out. So the moment you break the three-point line, no one's going to be near you because everyone's out at the three-point line. So I think there's nothing you can do about it. There's not on the podcast with KD. It's something. Fred VanVleet said it to KD, and KD said
KD said the same thing though.
KD said Dame and Steph pulling from half, like, this is something I've been saying for a long time. The three-point shot is what made the All-Star game a gimmick. Like teams are shooting 200 threes. There's not like you're not going to see defense when guys are shooting from 45 feet. Like you're not going to be able to get rim protection and defense. And there's no mid-range jumpers going on, so no one's close to each other. This is going to be a track meet with transition dunks and pull-up threes. No one's going to guard anyone. Like you physically can't guard each other when everyone's shooting from all the way back there. You're not going to get any resistance anywhere. Like it's just not possible.
All right, y'all. Let's get through these super chats though, y'all. We talked about the All-Star game a lot today.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the All-Star game coming up very soon. We'll see y'all there. MP13. This is what I don't get about the accolade people. Why are you subjugating your opinion to some random award voter who doesn't have any consistent requirements to be a voter? Why elevate their opinion?
So you're the accolade then. Because if enough people say that this person is the real deal, then the masses win.
But if you disagree with them,
but once again, if you disagree with them, that's a small number. When the majority of the people,
but you're the only number that should matter to your opinion.
Unfortunately, if that would be true if you really felt that confident about it, but more people than not don't feel that confident about it.
But I'm talking about us. If I think LeBron should have been the MVP over Derrick Rose in 2011,
sure.
Derrick Rose actually winning the award doesn't change that I think LeBron was the MVP, for example. So yeah, Derrick Rose has an MVP. Congratulations. But that doesn't mean I now elevate Derrick Rose to a higher status than I originally had him, because I disagree with the award he won. That doesn't mean anything.
So let's take
even when I agree with awards, I don't then elevate you because you won the award. I elevate you because I think you should have won the award. I elevate you because I think you were the best.
Can you disagree with championships?
Well,
can you disagree with championships?
You can't disagree with champions. I can disagree that the team that won the championship is the best team. I can disagree with that.
Okay, so
I want to get back.
I mean, it's just weird. Like we live in a society where there's like winners, losers, and then the guy I think should have won really won, but he didn't win. Like winning has to count for something. Some people want to discount KD's championships because he snaked his way into them. Some people want to discount the Raptors championship because KD got hurt. Like, what are we doing here? Like, you want to discount Derrick Rose's MVP because you think LeBron should have won it, but Derrick Rose won it. You know what I mean? Like, we can quibble on it.
Which is why, Mars, to your point, Mars, which is why I want to take the league MVP off the table. And LeBron James, you think he's better than Derrick Rose, right?
I think he played better than Derrick Rose.
Okay, so let's take being a better player. You think he played better than Derrick Rose? Okay, so if you think he played better than Derrick Rose, that's you, and the masses say that. Okay, so we're taking accolades off the table. So you and the masses are saying that he played better than Derrick Rose. Well, if I hear something, and I don't mean me specifically, but there's a vast amount of people that if I hear something once, if I hear it 200 times, if I hear it 300 times, you start thinking this is what it really is. So if enough people say that LeBron James played better than Derrick Rose, take the league MVP off the table, take being a first team All-Pro off the table. He played better than him. That's the accolade, the adoration from the people. So you want to take the accolade of being a first team All-Pro off the table. You want to take the league MVP off the table and replace it with adoration from you, because that's what it's going to come from. Because people need that. Contrary to popular belief, and I've said this to you in the past, Moss, that's why we have stuff like Employee of the Month. That's why we have bonuses. That's why we have things like that, because people care about that stuff and they need that stuff in their lives.
Mars, you ever won Employee of the Month?
I've never been employed.
I mean, Chill, if I ask you the greatest dunker of all time, you probably going to tell me Vince Carter or Michael Jordan or Dr. J. And yet,
or Dominique Wilkins.
Okay, you could. Jason Richardson won 2 dunk contests.
Yes,
Mac McClung won 3. Zach LaVine won 2. And I don't think any one of us think that they're better dunker than Vince Carter. So it kind of comes down to
I think Aaron Gordon's the best. So,
And he ain't got none.
A dunk contest in 16 is the best dunk contest that I saw.
Hold on. Does he have one?
Right.
No, he didn't win.
I know we got to move on.
We got 30.
Let's keep going.
Nate Robinson got 3 too.
No Cat Prince. As a Warriors fan, there isn't a trade that can save us now. I had faith pre-Jimmy ACL, but now that shit is over. If I'm the front office, I'd sit Steph down and ask him, would you like to be traded so we can rebuild?
I don't hate that idea.
You can ask. I don't think trading Steph is even possible in terms of like, you're not trading him to a contender, and if you are, you're not getting anything of value back.
No, you're not.
So it's like, who does this really benefit? You either trade him to a team that isn't that great to get like valuable pieces, but then you're not helping Steph, or you trade him to a team that's trying to contend, but they have to then make up the 60 million salary that Steph makes, which means they're going to decimate their roster to acquire Steph, which will probably end up putting Steph back in the same predicament he's in right now in Golden State.
And thirdly, to your point, Mars, I don't think he wants to go anywhere.
That's not necessarily true, Mars. There's a team.
Where could he go?
Well, okay, see,
he could potentially.
Is the team in the United States?
Yes, it is in the United States. He could go to a team in Florida, for instance. He could go to a team like the Miami Heat. would, and in theory, again, in the Eastern Conference, would the Miami Heat be decimating their team if they traded Tyler Hero and Andrew Wiggins for Steph Curry? Would that be decimating the team?
That's not going to get it done. No, that's not going to.
Well, I mean, you'd have to add
Wiggins, Black, and Golden
picks.
State.
You'd have to add picks to this. You're not getting full value.
I don't think you're coming out. I don't think.
What about Orlando? What about Orlando for Paolo Banchero? Is that decimating their team? I don't think that's decimating your shit. I don't think that's decimating shit. I mean, you still have Franz. I think you still have Franz. You still have Jalen Suggs. Okay, so cool. You have Anthony Black. Does Steph and Desmond Bane backcourt with Franz and everything they have remaining in the front court with Jalen Suggs coming off the bench? That's not making you a contender in the Eastern Conference. Hell yes, it is. So I would
it's not making you a
it.
contender to win a championship.
No, it's not.
Well, I'm pretty sure we all know that they're not going to trade.
Are you
Steph.
sure about that?
Whoever comes out.
Are you sure about that? Steph Curry, Franz Wagner.
Out of the five of us up here, we all know that they're not trading Steph Curry, right?
They're not.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
Let's
not.
move on.
The question was
keep it
not
moving.
should they trade him. The question is should they go up to him and ask him, "Do you want out?"
Yeah, we asked. I think we answered. I just know we know that's
I'm
not
trying to
happening.
get us out of here. I respect it.
Skinny 74445. 16, 19, and 21, in my opinion, are the years you can argue Steph was the best in the world. I think the consensus around Steph is that he is just the greatest shooter, ignoring the rest of his impact.
I think he was awesome in those 2017 finals. I don't think he was good. I think he was awesome in that 2017 finals. Awesome.
Steph's a really good finals performer, period. It's just 2015, Iguodala won the finals MVP, so he doesn't get recognized for how great he was in that series. 16 was bad. No ifs, ands, or buts. 16 was bad. 17, he was really good. 18, he was good. 19, he was good. 22, he was good. Like, Steph's been good in the finals. It's just, only one finals MVP means people, once again, the accolades, don't respect or recognize how good of a finals performer Steph's been.
I think 22, I think people sleep on how good Andrew Wiggins was, too.
Nah. He was really good.
The Hawks was definitely pushing finals MVP prop for Andrew
That was
Wiggins.
going on. That was 100% going on.
I mentioned it. I didn't push it. I mentioned it, though. I brought it up.
It's close enough.
Elton C. Don't underestimate the power of making guys around you better. Last night, Cade Cunningham was 14 assists on 0 turnovers. Pistons win. Respect my team. Side note, Ox, OG ain't that guy.
The Knicks been sliding, man.
So they're 2-8 in their last 10, right?
Yep. 4 straight.
And they're still the 3rd seed in the East.
Ox, just so you know, and I watched that Knick game last night. Don't let that score indicate what the game was. That was way worse.
Yeah.
Way worse. Dallas punched them in their face. Like you holding a dude like this and pump, 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 pump. Yeah, just punch them dudes in their face yesterday.
They've been playing bad, but this the curse of the NBA Cup, right? That's what that's what it is. The curse of the NBA Cup. Every team that wins the NBA Cup goes on a slide off.
And on top of that, every team that wins the NBA Cup, Miles, what?
They lose in round 1 the next year.
Bounced. Goodbye. See you later.
No way the Knicks are first round exit. That'd be crazy. BLV Titans, shout out PC. No, shout out you, Titan. Shout out you. Anna Monica Studios. Is SGA more valuable to OKC than JB is to Boston or K to Detroit? No disrespect, but SGA got worse in 2026. The 3 is gone and scoring got worse. Also, the defense got worse, but he's still elite.
SGA's defense has been really good since people started saying he's not been playing defense. Since that Suns game, SGA's defense has been really good. It's funny. Just, nothing's changed.
See?
But no, I think SGA is more impactful than those guys. I don't know about more valuable because that's more about like how far would the team drop off. I would probably say he's more valuable than Jaylen Brown.
For sure.
Okay.
Because Derek White's the best player on that team. So.
He's more valuable than all those
First team
players.
All-NBA.
He's more important than all of them too.
We ball out. Oh, I'm sorry. W ball out highlights. Why do people say Tatum won his shit because of a super team? When correct me if I'm wrong, KP was barely available to play in the playoff run. They weren't healthy either.
Correct.
I mean, to be fair, KP played in one of them games and just totally dominated that shit. Was it the game 4?
It was game 1 of the finals he played. He had like 20 points in like 20 minutes.
And then one, I think it was like a game 4 or some shit. I don't know. But right before he had like got seriously hurt, he just dominated that shit. Like every game.
Either way, though, it's not even just that. It's just the fact that before all those players got to the Celtics, everybody was talking about how bad Drew Holiday was. How he was washed, and KP was a bum and can't stay healthy. It was all negative talk about those dudes until they went and got with Jason Tatum, and then people like Swiper used it as a way to knock Jason Tatum. I'll save that for when
team was good.
Back.
They were.
Let's go back. I hope Penn does come back. We got a super chat for him. Hoops never stop. Talk about how having Mitchell as your number 1 or best player is a bad idea. Always has been since Utah and Rudy was the scapegoat.
I ain't supposed to say that though, because when I say it, I'm a hater.
Well, you wanted Utah to keep building with them, even though you think
I did because they ain't got. Because they ain't got a goddamn Rudy or Donovan.
And coming this year, guaranteed.
They ain't never got lucky in the goddamn lottery for that shit.
Nah, I'm not the highest on Donovan Mitchell, so I'm probably the wrong person to speak on that.
Dre 21-215, member for 7 months. He says, "Fire Drench. He don't know shit about basketball."
Damn,
Drench, you don't know
I don't
nothing.
fuck with Dre anyway. Dre,
Damn,
that motherfucker just sit on his stool and just sit on his belly with a plug.
How you sit on your belly?
That's what he do. He lay on his belly with a plug up his butt and he type on his phone.
Oh,
that's what he do.
Okay.
like Drench, you don't know you don't know ball. Like you don't know nothing about basketball. Is that what I'm
Nothing.
saying? Like,
I know what Dre doing. Dre laying on his stomach with his feet in the air, texting on his phone every time I say something.
Oh man,
he got a pink one too.
Oh, that's crazy.
It light up. It light up in the dark.
Donovan Mitchell is having a career year this year, by the way.
Man, I sent you that video about the dude that be trolling with all the laptops on his TV on his bed.
Yeah.
My brother
that's
sent me
him.
that too.
That's him. Except he.
You seen that shit?
My brother sent me that.
I seen that and I was like, bro, that's what we really be dealing with.
He was like,
yeah,
"Stop."
that's Dre.
Except
Dre laying on his stomach with his feet on the
the internet. My brother
He's talking about giggling every time he send a message. That's Dre.
You know how I steal people's energy online. You know how much just how happy it makes him to be. It's just a straight troll. And this a grown ass man too.
Fact. Dre like 34 doing it.
Damn, I don't know about all the details, but I mean that's just crazy.
How old is he, Dre? Dre like 34 doing that. I'm telling you, that boy wake up every morning. He can't wait till I say something. As soon as I say one thing, there he go. He turn on his light. And I ain't talking about the one that light the room. I'm talking about the one he got plugged in. He turned on his light.
That's disgusting.
He gets so happy.
Skinny 74445. Steph being a starter isn't crazy. All-star teams are all determined by votes. Steph, for the past few years, has been a huge deal in the NBA.
Yes, he has been. That's a fact.
Absolutely.
He's also been playing really well this year. So
by the way, it's not like he's just. It's not like he's been the league MVP. It's not like he's been the league MVP just off of, reputation. No, I'm not the league MVP. I'm sorry, All-Star just off of reputation. No, he's been getting busy. I think isn't Curry at like 27 a game, something like that? Yeah, 26, 27 a game.
Okay, we got a couple more of these super chats. I was waiting for you to get back, Penn, because this one is for
correction,
you.
Jill. He got 34, 32.
Justin said, "Where does Cade go in a 2021 redraft? Looking at you, Penn. Second. Are you saying second? Number 2? You go second?
I mean, I might be saying second. I might be saying peace. That's up to you.
So if the Pistons
so you don't want to answer the question? You don't want to respect the super chat?
If the Pistons had an opportunity to redraft the 21 draft,
they're taking Cade again.
You're telling me they don't take Cade?
They're taking Cade again. Yes, they are. Yes,
they should take Cade if they're being themselves. But if I was running the Pistons, I wouldn't take Cade. There you go.
Would you take Scott? Since 2021,
Penn, you take Scotty Barnes. Okay,
you would take Scotty Barnes over Penn.
Wait.
Today.
Wait.
Yes,
so I would take. Even with this new information that we just got, from Cell Talks Too Much. Scotty Barnes' good shooting gimmick is over. He's shooting 9% in January. He's fucking awful, man.
9% in what?
From 3.
He's awful.
No. Keep the same energy you kept for Dyson Daniels. No, keep the same energy you kept for Dyson
Yeah, I love
Daniels.
Dyson Daniels. That was
He's
the joke.
shooting 9% from 3. That's criminal.
So what?
Disgusting.
What do you mean? So what?
Now it's so what? But when he was shooting 40%, it was a big deal. Interesting. Okay.
I'll
Well,
get this off the
how
screen.
many
That's gotta
segments
be
did I
perfect.
lead off with? Yo, Scotty Barnes is shooting 40%. Shooting variance
When
happens.
he started the season shooting 40% from 3, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
he
sure I
was
heard you talk
borderline
about it
50,
every time.
40, 90. He was borderline 50, 40,
And now
90.
he's 48, 9, 78.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Let's not go too far into this. What's up, bro? Says, I got a question. What's KG case over Giannis, Mars? Scoring, passing, stats, accolades, longevity, peak/prime. You can argue everything else he clears besides defense and shooting, and he's still a great defender.
No, he doesn't clear him.
Mars, you got anything for this, Mars, or you just?
Well, I think KG peaked higher for sure. And I also think there is quite a substantial defensive gap. I just think Kevin Garnett is one of the greatest floor raisers and ceiling raisers of all time. And the way he impacted the game would still trump that of Giannis, in my opinion. But the Giannis longevity thing is becoming undeniable to the point where I do think Giannis can be the greatest power forward of all time. I wouldn't put that past him. This man is 31, and I made the argument a week ago that I think this is the best Giannis has ever been. If we're getting to that point, yeah, I think Giannis has the potential to be the greatest power forward to ever play by my measuring stick, not the accomplishment accolade stick. My measuring stick, I think he has that potential. That's how great I think Giannis is.
Right. Average, AVG 123. Y'all put too much emotion behind the All-Star game. What's that supposed to be All-Star game?
All-Star game in 2026.
I'd assume so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, y'all put too much emotion behind an All-Star game in 2026. We care about more important regular season / postseason.
People don't care about the regular season that much either, because once the playoffs come around, everything you did in the regular season means nothing if you play badly in the playoffs. So, at the end of the day, and then if you get to the finals and then play badly in the finals, everything you did in the playoffs means nothing once you get to the finals. So, like, at the end of the day, fans don't really care about nothing for real.
Facts. Akeem, who's been a member for a month, said, more crack.
We were talking about Penn was making the comparison to smoking crack and cigarettes.
Yeah, well, if you got to choose between crack and cigarettes, choose crack. I'm trying to tell y'all. Avery B, been a member for 29 months. That's fire. Voting should switch from sorting players by highest points per game to a better catch-all metric like PER or BPM. Mars or Penn should understand the bias in this.
So when you go to vote for All-Stars, the players are listed down in points per game order. So like we'll have Luka 1, Shea 2, whoever's third in the West, Jokic 3.
Yep.
So they'll typically be the top like 5 because people will just see who's leading the league in points and they'll pick those guys. So he's saying it should probably be a better, like more advanced stat to see who really is the more impact. PR sucks, but like that's what he's saying. I think it's probably just be in alphabetical order.
Sort by EPM.
Sort by alphabetical order. So you start with the A's and work all the way down to the.
You just trying to get Denny Avdia voted in, and I see
he's already gonna make it.
I see you. Okay.
Okay, but yeah, that's what it should be.
Yeah.
Alphabetical order.
Nick the Quick, what the F do Ron be talking about? Are you watching SGA?
No.
Y'all think Ron watches SGA play basketball?
Hell no.
I think he does. I just don't agree with Ron. I don't understand how you can say someone's more dominant.
I think he consumes SGA the way he consumes everything else in TikTok highlights.
Gotcha. Smooth Tube. My 2 favorite players of all time are Steph and KD. I want to be the avatar between both fan bases and unite us together. Off topic. My PFP look like Ron with dread.
Word.
Your favorite players of all time are Steph and KD. Yeah, he's got to be 16. Nothing wrong with being 16, by the way. Shout out to all the 16-year-olds that are watching. This boy Tony became a YouTube member. Shout out to you, Tony. Masinko G with a good question. Peak Jermaine O'Neal or peak Amari? Y'all know my vote. Who you got, Morris? We'll come back to you. Chill. Who you got?
Amari Stoudemire.
Easy.
Drench. Defense matters till it's time to matter, I guess. Interesting.
Oh, it matters.
What is?
I might go Jermaine O'Neal. I ain't gonna lie. I might go Jermaine O'Neal for sure. I might ride with Jermaine.
And Penn, who you got?
It's close.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Amari.
You know what? I'm gonna say Jo.
I'll say Amari.
This one I thought you two on the bottom, new ball.
I mean, you're not thinking about 04 Jermaine O'Neal, dude. Like,
okay.
Amari is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He didn't have Steve Nash feeding him, so.
Avery B behind the stream. Oh, okay, behind in the stream. But I hated the D Wade and Dirk made up selection years ago. Plenty of legends have made the All-Star game their final season.
I'm perfectly fine with it.
I'm good with it too.
I have no problem with whoever makes the All-Star game.
Yeah, I'm good with it too.
I just don't want to see the conferences. I just think it's a waste of everyone's time.
We should sort them by zodiac. The Capricorns versus the Tauruses. Be great.
There's a Twitter account that
Actually,
does trades based on zodiac signs, and he says, "Oh, this is a good fit." Blah blah blah.
The reason why I wouldn't be Penn is because the Tauruses and the Capricorns are pretty compatible. So the game would be like, "Yo, did I knock you over? I'm sorry." As opposed to us and the Scorpios or us and the Cancers. Yeah, it might be a lot more compatible.
Y'all really be into that shit for real?
That's how it should be.
What? Y'all really into that shit?
You don't believe in your star sign?
Yo,
you don't believe in your star sign?
What would you do if a woman?
No, I'm an Aquarius. I don't know nothing about Aquarius. They'd be like, what's your sign? I'd be like, bro.
If you on a date and a woman starts talking about this shit on like the first date, and she'd be like, "What's your sign? Are we compatible?" Run for your life.
Don't run. You're gonna have a great night.
You're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, you're gonna have a great night. You're gonna have a terrible ass life.
You don't got just because you have a great night don't mean you got
time. Yeah.
Come on. Look, thank you, Mars. What you talking about? P, you don't gotta marry the bro.
If she start talking about her zodiac sign, whether you know anything about it or not, just lean into it. Just be like, "Oh, for real? Hell yeah!" Because I'm Aquarius and we do all of this. And hey boy, you the trick.
I know of women who would refuse to get pregnant at certain times of the year because they didn't want their child to be a certain star sign.
That's crazy as hell. What kind of women that is, Mark? I need to go ahead and check them out, boy. That's birth control, boy.
I'm telling you.
It's family planning
right there. That one, Mark. Come on now.
No comment, and if they read your tarot cards?
Nah, I ain't gonna let nobody do that to me. I ain't gonna be able to let you do voodoo and shit on me, boy. You ain't about to know which
voodoo.
Just tarot cards. You ain't read no motherfucking tarot.
I definitely had a girl who did that tarot card shit.
Nah, we ain't doing that, bro. I'm gonna have to chill. That's where I draw the line. You're not about to put your witchcraft on me. No, I'm about to have you everywhere looking over my shoulder.
We dated for 3 years. I had a brain surgery right after that relationship. You let me know.
Drench, if you let her do that, she gonna let you do whatever you want. Anyways,
nah. She gonna be controlling me with one of them things from Tales from the Hood. Remember them little strings? Tales from the Hood, pull that string. Now your arm broke and shit.
Damn. Julius Irvin, 56-12. Cade is an all defensive team level defender, and it's time we start treating him as such. And my Pistons are second best team in the NBA.
How can you be the 4th or 5th best defender on your team, not even, and be an all defensive defender? Your whole team, the defensive first team? Is that what we're hearing?
He's the 4th best defender.
Ron Holland's better, Jalen Duren's better, Isaiah Stewart's better, Asar Thompson's better. So he's their 5th.
I don't know if I think Jalen Duren's better, but the other 3 I agree. That's why he's 4th or 5th to me. It's between him and Jalen Duren.
That's all defense to you?
Can't we say?
Well,
the
I
same
think
thing about
Asar,
the-
Ron Holland, and Isaiah Stewart are for sure all defensive caliber.
Can't we say the same thing about?
But
the
I think
Oklahoma
he's
City
clearly
Thunder?
below
Who's the
those.
best,
I
who's
don't
the
think
best defender
Cade's
on the
all
Oklahoma City
defensive.
Thunder? The best defender on that group.
Chet.
To me.
Chet's the best. Who's the second best defender on that group?
Caruso.
Caruso's the second. Who's the third best defender on that group?
Dub. Hartenstein.
Okay, so Dub is the fourth best defender. He was an all-league defender last year. Just so you know, Penn.
But he
Fourth best
wasn't.
defender.
He wasn't the fourth best defender last year. He was probably the second best defender.
I would argue Lou Dort was their fourth best defender last year. He made first team.
There's also the element of how many minutes do you play.
They're all better than Cade, though. Let's put that out.
That part I'm out there.
All these, I don't think Cade's all defensive caliber, but I think for a star, especially an on-ball star,
I'll ask you a
he's one
better
of the
question,
better
Mars.
defenders of the-
If we made all defense Eastern Conference, 10 players from the Eastern Conference, is Cade making that team?
Yes, Scotty Barnes is too.
I doubt. So, well, no, I would have the three Pistons above Cade for sure. That doesn't mean I have them in my top 10, but I have them above Cade.
Okay.
Jalen Brown.
I'd have Derek White. I'd have Derek White above Cade. I'd have OG above Cade. I'd have Scotty Barnes above Cade.
Jalen Brown.
I'd have Paul George above Cade. I'd have Jalen Suggs above Cade. I'd
Mobley.
have
Mobley.
Mobley's above Cade. Bam's above Cade.
How many players are you gonna name?
Is Giannis
I don't know.
above Cade?
Giannis is above Cade.
Okay.
Would Miles Turner be above Cade?
Is Alex Sarr above Cade?
You get my point.
I'm pretty sure I got to more than 10. But yeah, I don't.
You could get to 20.
I think Cade amongst
Davion Mitchell would be above Cade.
Heliocentric guys. I think Cade's one of the better defenders.
Davion Mitchell above Cade?
Yeah, Davion Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like shit, what are we doing here?
It's just a super chat. I mean, that's.
I think he's a good defender. If there was like once again all-star, all defense, Cade would be on that in my opinion.
Oh,
and
for
yes,
sure.
and yes, chill, yes. Jalen Brown, yes.
That's what I'm
Pimp-
not losing my mind.
Yeah, this
Go
guy
ahead,
answers
go
your
ahead.
question.
You don't
Yes,
lose your mind
absolutely.
at all. Yeah, you don't
Pimp
lose your
named Slickback. If you're a Knicks fan, tune in for the years 2027 through 2031. Y'all have the opportunity to build something great across the East River. Go New York, go.
Is that because the Nets have the Knicks picks?
Yes.
That's fine.
That's funny.
Mr. What's it? Went to Lakers game Sunday. Staples is beautiful, but I just got off that plane at JFK today. Left 80 degrees in sunshine to 15 degrees in Queens.
Damn.
Yeah,
I saw a video. I follow a couple shorties from New York. No pun intended, but I do. And boy, I did see a little snow the other day. I'm like, God damn.
Snow like falling from the sky. Snow.
Not that kind of
like-
snow. That kind of snow, Ox. Not the kind of snow you talking about. No.
Yeah, not that snow. Not that snow. No. But the snow falling from the sky, I was like, it's cold a little bit out here in Houston, but it ain't that cold. You know what I mean? It's about 63 degrees right now, but shit, you know.
Yeah, January up there. That's ridiculous. Ain't gonna make no sense.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to go. I ain't gonna be able to pull up to New York, or maybe I will. PayPal, January 23rd.
It's 14 degrees Fahrenheit here in Toronto.
Yeah,
right
okay,
now.
we cool. I'm cool off of that. That's
I wouldn't
ridiculous.
say it's 10 out there in Kentucky. God damn.
It's 75.
Y'all keep that shit over there. Trey 75?
Go ahead, Ox. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Ox.
Nah, hell nah.
Go ahead, Ox. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. I need to get up out of here. Trey Lett 75?
Focus, Ox. Stay with me, big fella.
Damn, chill. You in summer. Shit, you in spring.
Stay with me, big fella.
All right, my bad.
Stay with
Trey
me.
Lett said, y'all talk about Jimmy yet? What a
did.
shame.
Mm.
The Warriors might be cursed now. The NBA gods really not trying to see them win anymore. I blame Draymond. I blame Draymond too. I blame Draymond too.
Yo. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we almost there, y'all. Hang tight. We getting there. Unlimited Z Hoop Talk. Penn talking that shit so seriously. Wait, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Penn taking this shit so seriously. It's an all-star. Penn taking this shit too. Yeah, man, put two O's. Two O's.
Captions. He ran out of characters.
Oh, got you. Penn taking this shit too seriously. It's an all-star game. Not like all NBA selections.
Y'all dudes bug me out, man. I swear. 1 minute.
Yo, hooked on phonics is a real thing. You miss a 2 and so you breaking up selections. Like, what are you doing? Like,
honestly, just keep going. I don't got time for this shit, Pin. Let's keep moving. You know what I'm talking about.
No, not you. I'm talking about the guy who wrote the super chat.
It's okay. It's okay. But now when you do these, like I've seen super chats when you send them, because I used to get on people like, yo, if you want us to read it correctly, I need proper grammar. I need you to spell it correctly. But when you send the super chats on your phone, it like does this crazy like autocorrect thing, putting words you didn't type. It's really weird. I don't know if everybody else, like if y'all gone through that too, but I saw somebody bring that up before. It's real. Like the super chats, especially on your phone, it's kind of weird. But Unlimited Z Hoops sent another one. If an all-star game impacts your life that much, you need to actually start living. It's not that serious. Stop crying.
What is serious, Unlimited Hoop Talk? Explain to us what's serious then. I mean,
like putting food on the table and like taking care of your family.
Sure.
Like,
I mean,
those would be the things people.
Because I'd like to think that you here every day and you watch us, so I think we impact your life. I think we have a lot of impact on your life. Like if we just poof was gone, like you would have to replace us, and that would impact your life.
Chill,
man. You know what?
I think that we have more impact than the All-Star game on our community. I'm not going to say for everybody. I'm sure there's some of you guys watching that disagree with me, but we're on 6 days a week, 7 actually, because press box 7 days a week. We're on here. I think that impacts lives a little more than the All-Star game. I mean, I speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? I speak for myself.
Yes, you do.
I don't know. I don't know who we're impacting and who we're not. Maybe.
No, Mars. I think you underestimating that. The power of people, just the community of just talking to people every day, even when you diss them. Some people like that, and they got a word for that, but I'm not gonna use it. But just having this community, I think it impacts people in general. Like I think it's just a huge impact. So.
Right, and I'm not trying to make it seem like we're just so hot, but it's just like we're here every day. People watch, they interact. We're in the live chat. We're talking.
We are a part of life.
We're reading super chats. I think that has a bigger impact than 72 hours of All-Star Weekend. And I hope maybe I'm not trying to toot our own horns, but I just think that's more impactful than 72 hours of fun. You know what I mean? Shout out to the All-Star Weekend. I can't wait. Can't wait to see y'all in Inglewood.
Yeah, facts. I can't wait to be in my birthplace. Can't wait to be out there, locked in, loaded. I gotta go. I'm gonna let you know, Ox and Jill, and Mars too. You gonna be there? I'm going all the way to Rancho Cucamonga to make a stop, and I'm coming back. I gotta go see my folks out there. My Tippawan Thai food. So if y'all want to roll with me, I'm going all the way to Rancho Cucamonga to get Tippawan Thai food. I'm just letting y'all know. Just letting you know. If you want to roll with me. Huh?
I'm gonna just stay in my hotel room, man.
No, Mars. No. This time, Mars, you coming with me, Mars.
Gonna let you
I'm telling you.
Pop, nigga?
Let's go. No, Mars, we get Mars out that hotel.
Mars. Hey, Mars. Hey, stay close to me, Mars. I'm guaranteed.
As much as Mars is for the streets, Mars, absolutely. Your ass is gonna be in the streets. Yes,
Mars is rolling with me to Rancho.
I'm gonna be at the places I'm obligated. To be at. Yeah. Sit in the corner in silence like I always do.
Yeah, we got you.
And then get back to my hotel room.
We got you, Mars.
Mars, I'm telling you, Mars gonna get some of that Tippawan Thai food. I'm telling you, that's the best Thai food I ever had in my life. Only restaurant
if you bring it back to the hotel. Yeah.
Only restaurant I ever seen with that many 5 stars, and I'm talking about legit 5 stars, not just 50 ratings. This motherfucker got thousands of ratings, 5 stars. The only people complaint is it doesn't look like a Thai restaurant. Do you know how silly that is?
That's cool, but Mars, we're gonna be up all night. We're gonna be pulling up to Louis Burger in Long Beach at 3 a.m. getting the big pastrami sandwiches. Don't trip, Mars. We're gonna have a
I'm really not gonna be out that late. I'm not gonna be out that late.
I hope you have a
I'm
fun
too
time
old for
doing
that. I ain't gonna be out.
We
that
gonna
late.
be in
I'm gonna be out late,
Santa
though.
Monica,
I'm gonna be out late.
We're gonna have a great
I'm
time.
going to Marina Del Rey. Hey, boy, I got
we
some old
are
company
going
I gotta
so
visit,
backwards
Jill.
as a society if the youngest person is the one who doesn't want to leave the hotel room and the
Mhm.
older people are trying to drag him out. Like shit. And it's
Definitely.
not just Mars, it's literally everyone who's born the year he was born. All them guys are like this.
Which is what year?
You talking about the young guys don't like to go out?
What
Hold
year is
on.
that, Pin?
2002, 2003, something like that. Like that's around where you were
22,
born.
23 years old. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Okay.
your entire generation like this. Like,
Le- le-
not without
legal
my
drinking
phone.
age. Look
You,
at
you know
me,
what y'all are?
legal
Y'all are Ryan Howard from The Office. Like, not without my phone. Put down your phone.
No, that's a fact. The young kids don't even like to drive. Like I be talking to kids at my gym, they be like, I'd rather just Uber. I'm like, nigga, when I was 16, boy, I would have drove to Alaska. I was everywhere in my car. Like I had a car at 16, and I was everywhere. You couldn't, man, please. They don't like to drive though. The young kids just like to Uber everywhere.
I don't understand that. I like to be able to go when I want to go, move when I want to move.
I like to drive
But-
now. I done drove back and forth from Houston to LA at least probably like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
I done that. For sure.
That's a
I
cool.
like
That's
the-
a
I like
that's
the
that's a
road
cool
trip.
little drive though. I like that drive down to 10. That's a cool drive.
Yeah, boy, I love it. I'll do it again, but I ain't gonna do
You
it for
blast
All-Star
music
Weekend.
along
I
the
can tell
way?
you that.
You blast music or you listen to a podcast along the way?
Music for me. I don't listen.
Music?
I'm not really a podcast
I listen to
guy.
podcasts. I don't listen to music like that. I don't listen to it as much,
Oh,
but I
we-
listen to podcasts.
What you got, Ox?
But let me see. Where am I? Hunter TV. I know it's not basketball, but PCs. Oh, but PCs clear any Mac product in part because you choose the parts. So everybody doesn't want Steve to choose for them.
Yes, but some people do.
Yes, they do.
Huh? That's
about
the and
convenience.
that's
Yeah,
that's the
it's
beauty
about
of America.
convenience.
You can get which one you want. You don't have to get the PC or the Mac. You can
Enjoy
have
your
it either way.
viruses.
Oh, whoa. Easy, brother.
I said enjoy your viruses.
Rap it before you tap it. Pimp named Slickback says, "Pin is the old man yells at the cloud meme." I don't know that meme.
Is
I
it?
know
Was
that
it the? Is Homer Simpson's dad? I think he's just outside yelling at clouds.
Yeah, Abe
That's the
Simpson.
thing. Yeah.
It's
cool.
Yo,
I mean,
Mars, chill, Drench, Pin. Ron is messaging me, asking me if you guys want him to pull back up to finish hosting. Do we need?
No.
Ron? Do we need Ron? Oh, shit.
No,
Thank
you
you.
don't.
No,
No. Matter of fact, I don't even know why-
Hell
why you-
because we're nearly out of here. Ron come up, we're gonna be here for another hour.
Yeah, why you even told us that? Yeah.
Oh, well, because I believe in your option to choose. Democracy all the way.
No.
Look at Ox pro-choice. Yeah, nice.
Pimp named Slickback. I think Penn should be the only one to vote for All Stars. That way we'll always get it right. Like this, if you agree.
You should
Cade
like that.
Cade will never be an all-star, and Scotty Barnes will be the captain every year.
You know who else would have made the All-Star team if my last votes were to go through? Just to solidify what y'all were saying earlier.
Jose Alvarado.
Carter Bryant would make an All-Star
Of
team.
course.
hell no.
Somebody else from Toronto. Absolutely.
Okay.
Carter Bryant ain't from
What's
Toronto.
No, Carl Bryant's his little
down,
Spurs
calm
rookie, the one he been glazing for 25 years. Yeah,
Hey,
he's only 19.
11 points yesterday.
Mr. What's It? I missed the golden age of the NBA without Toronto.
He wasn't
in it.
around when he wasn't around when Toronto wasn't in the league. He was not. No, he wasn't. Because y'all the same dudes that say, we done with the 90s.
Yeah, that dude funny as hell, dog. I can tell you
Yeah.
that.
I remember that we done with it. Now we had a whole episode about that. I remember that.
I remember
He
he
actually
pulled
came,
up.
he
He pulled
came
up,
up here. Yeah.
Yeah, good old days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that shit funny. He said, look how trash Jordan is. I can't even eat my apple.
AVG123. Penn says All-Star game hasn't mattered in 20 plus years, yet still crying about it for an hour. You wasn't crying, Penn. Don't listen to that.
I'm not crying about it for an hour. I mean, I can
wasn't-
if
you
you
wasn't-
want
you
me
wasn't
to,
crying
but
at
I
all.
wasn't crying about it for an hour. I was just crying about the misunderstanding that's coming up here. And I will say this, like one last thing to just kind of cap this conversation off. I do think whoever is the best player in the league determines a lot of stuff, including how much are we as a team, how much are we as a players association going to care about certain things, and what are the rules of engagement. If you remember, Kevin Durant ended up like sneaking off to another team, and before LeBron did it with Miami, nobody was for that. People all thought it was a soft move. LeBron did it. Suddenly, everyone's okay doing that.
People
If
still thought it was
LeBron
soft
had
when
ever-
KD did it.
Yo, if LeBron had entered a dunk contest, I don't think the dunk contest would have died the way that it had. So I think that with Wemby coming up as the new face of the league, he is about to change some shit. And I guarantee you, if Victor Wembanyama starts going out in All-Star games as the best player in the world and he cares, everyone will care too. You'll see.
He has to be careful. He's made of glass. But the thing about the dunk contest though, y'all, there's just so many dunks you can do. Like, you know what
I
I'm
had
saying?
declared in 2009 when James said he was getting in the dunk contest. I said, if James is getting in the dunk contest, I'm going. It was in Dallas in 2009. I was absolutely going, but he didn't get in.
For him not
This
to
is
get in the
so-
dunk contest is weak as fuck, though. Like, get your ass in the dunk contest. Why are you like not gonna get in the dunk? That's some weak
Because you
shit.
don't want to
Get your
do
ass
it.
in
Because
there.
you don't want to do it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Weak.
He's a bozo.
Kobe, Braun,
Bob.
Kobe and Mike did it. Get your ass in the dunk contest.
He's
bro.
not Kobe or Mike.
Yeah.
Right. That's weak. Get your ass in the dunk
Bob sent a super chat and said, I don't get Mars' point about not caring, but also arguing against one who cares and wants the game to improve. The apathy gimmick is obvious.
My point is,
What
I
is
want
Miles, are you
Apathy mean?
apathetic? Miles, are you apathetic?
Sure.
What does apathy mean?
the
It
opposite.
means
of
I'm
empathy.
too cool. I'm too cool
Oh,
to
okay.
care.
Yeah.
It means
No,
who cares.
my
about
whole
this?
point was that I want the fans to get what they want. If anything, that's me caring about the fans and giving the fans what they want. I don't get how that's me not caring. My point is, I
That's
don't
called
care who
you
the fans pick.
pandering. That's you pandering to the lowest common denominator.
It's not me pandering to it. It's me saying an event for the fans should determine who they see. I just don't care who the fans end up voting for. That's not me not caring about anything. I literally said I want the fans to get what they want.
So Ben Seraph, Danny Wolf, Denny Avdia starting in the international
If
game.
they
next year,
happen
you
to get the
don't
most
care
votes-
about
I
that.
can't look.
You-
We can't go through this again. Pim.
you're
we
gonna
can't
go
have
to
this
every
conversation
extreme
again,
possible, and I'm
y'all.
gonna give the same answer. If the
Mars,
fans vote
Pim,
Not
we
extreme.
for Ben Seraph, Danny
we
Wolf,
can't have
and
this
Denny, then
conversation
that's
again,
fine.
y'all.
Okay.
No, I
Anna
hate
Monica
fans voting.
Studios
I guess, well.
2884. Curry going to have to be 2021 Steph to keep Golden State afloat. Since 1976, which NBA player do you guys think had the longest tenure of best in the world?
James.
LeBron.
Yeah, MJ's was interrupted because he decided to quit,
Mhm.
so that didn't help.
He was still the best player in the world, though. Hold on.
I'm not.
Still the
I'm
best
not
player in the
doing
world.
Jabbar.
Why not? Why is
Well,
Michael
since
Jordan not the best
76,
player in the world in
so-
1995? Of course he is.
Well, we don't know if he was still playing basketball. I don't even. He might have been rusty because I watched 95 MJ play in the NBA and he didn't look like the best. Hakeem looked like the best. So it's probably Bron. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
It would be
Bron-
MJ if he just played the whole time, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll go Bron.
I can
Yeah,
go with that.
Bron.
You know what? I ain't mad at MJ for not playing the whole time. That kind of get his nostalgia back up a little bit. You know, we got questions about Michael Jordan. You know, sometimes the unknown is just
He did a
to
good.
have that-
Yeah, his legacy was like
yeah.
elevated by the.
That's what I'm
what
saying.
if.
So
Yeah.
it's cool. I ain't mad at that. You know, for
His
my
leg-
guys
his-
out there too that want a little bit of advice. When them
his
girls
legacy
don't know
would-
nothing about you, it's good for you.
His legacy would have been better if he would have won 8 straight, but
I don't
okay.
think so.
No,
Maybe-
no.
I think his
You don't
legacy
think-
would
you
have
don't
right.
think winning 8 straight is better than winning 3 not playing?
No,
and
because they
winning
would have
3
said the
more?
NBA
Y'all
was
are
weak. They
insane.
would have said the NBA was weak.
Well,
They
During
would
that
have said
time,
the NBA
hell
was
no.
weak.
Well, it
You
was.
wouldn't
Well,
have given other fan bases a chance.
but damn them other fan bases. AVG 123. No way we watch Ant and D Mitch and Chill thinks Mitch SG1.
So listen to that for a second. No way we watch, and I think. Okay, so it's like no way that I watch, but it's no way we watch. You think that. You do. And the only reason why you're saying that is because of the aesthetics. Yes, I can see what you're looking at when it comes to Anthony Edwards. Yes.
Chill.
Yeah.
Don't worry. People say I don't watch basketball either.
Yeah, when it comes to the aesthetics, I can definitely see what you're looking at. Yeah.
yeah.
In Fab, Trenches, the prom. Okay. Had a debate with my friend about which sport training is harder. I said boxing. He said basketball. What y'all think? I
Definitely
think it's
boxing.
NASCAR. I
Definitely
think it's NASCAR personally.
Probably so, because I don't even know how you would train that shit. But boxing for sure. Like, bro, have you ever did it like a boxing workout? You think you got all the shit right where you protecting yourself at all time, and then they make you throw like 3-4 jabs, and then they hit you right in the face. Like you're like, fuck, I've been protecting myself for 5 minutes, and then 1 second I'm boom hit.
Just take
Like-
that off the table, Trench, and think about this. Just think about being in a fight for 3 straight minutes.
For sure. That shit is
Not
hard.
like us just swinging at each other for a couple of seconds. 3 straight minutes, we are in a
just
fight.
in the ring, just getting it. Nah, that shit is hard, bro. Boxing is hard, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I did them little boxing workouts. You think you protecting your face? Boy, you throw that jab and that trainer hit you with that little thing, pow. You like, oh shit. Like what?
Bro,
That shit is
If
hard.
you like boxing, you should check out Halle Berry's Bruised on Netflix. She directed it and she
what is it
acted in
called?
it. It's called
It's a good
Bruised.
show. Mhm.
It's
I've
a
seen
good
it.
movie, yo.
Mhm.
I'll watch it. Oh, somebody sent in a $1 super chat. I know Ox probably didn't read it about the T.O. and Shakur. I wanted to answer that one. It's gonna be a good ass fight, January 31st. It's gonna be a good fight. I genuinely don't know who's gonna win. I think Shakur gonna kind of get him more on the technical side. Sometimes T.O. kind of get outside his pocket a little bit. But at the end of the day, T.O. hit a little bit harder. I don't know, but I ain't never seen Shakur hurt either, so I can't say that. But if I gotta pick a winner, I'm going with Shakur. I'm gonna just go with Shakur. I think T.O. might expose this. Shakur gonna win on points. That's what I think.
Yeah. In the chat though, who's Z talking about the Muay Thai training with the leg kicks? That shin training when you got to go chin to chin when y'all holding each other like this, doing the shin to shin. That shit is ridiculous because people that have been doing Muay Thai for a long time, their shins, they get so many breaks in them, and when they heal, it's like their shin is like steel. So it's like when you getting kicked by that, man, that shit ain't no joke.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do Muay Thai. I wouldn't be. That shit hurt like hell, boy.
Yeah. With the
Muay
Muay
right in
Thai,
your shin, I'm quitting.
you got to keep your hands up. A lot of time, you got to like. That's why they work on their core so much because they just taking those core like the shots to the sides. They just eating that. Man, that shit is ridiculous. Pensar basketball. Look at me typing perfectly. It isn't hard at all.
With the periods, too, boy. You type with the periods
and the punctuation.
Yeah, but I forgot to capitalize the L, so L me.
LU.
Mm-hmm.
LOVE.
The Trib won. Been a member for 30 whole months. Could be ESL, Penn, L ableism. Also, why not Rui for Bam again? Not like the Heat winning anything soon. Austin needs to come off bench. Lakers in 7. W.
Rui for Bam. I'm getting
fired.
Rui
for Bam.
I'm getting fired.
Do you know how insane you have to be to think English as a second language is a disability? Like, can you dissect what the hell you just said to me there?
That dude just said Bam for Rui. That's what I'm on. I'm stuck on that.
Well,
that's where I'm at. I can't get off that. As you were saying, go ahead.
Be True 2310. J-Dub out again for a couple of weeks. No iHeart. The Thunder are going to need AJ to pick it up again like the beginning of the season. Yeah, I think they'll be all right. Well, anyways, y'all, that is the end of the Super Chats we got through. Shout out to y'all for kicking it with us. Shout out to Splash Sports. We'll be here tomorrow, same time, same place. Y'all know where to find us.
Later.
See ya.